Yo, I literally just sat down to get this thing started, and Smeg decides to come in and drop 5 gifted. Holy crap, dude. Wow, I think I need to change the lighting in here. Something seems off. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Hang on. Where's my remote? That's what it is. It's just a little too bright. Smeg! Just your face. Yeah, it's my face. Not gonna lie, guys. I have not been feeling very aesthetic lately. I need to get back to working out. I feel like I'm getting the Ozempic face, like here in the neck and the cheeks, even though I don't have to take Ozempic. But Smeg with the 5 gifted. Holy crap, dude. Thank you so much. Starting us off right. Kind of a quiet night. Kind of a quiet start, guys. But again, that's my own fault, as I have not been able to upload or stream for a few days. Been very busy and exhausted with life. No more Quarterbrand content. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, that'll be a large portion of tonight's stream. And I literally just arrived. Hey, QC Jerks. How you doing, buddy? And Susano, good to see you, man. Oh, dude, I have that. I have that. Let me pull that up. Hang on. Let me find that in my bookmarks. Yes, there is a terrifying epidemic in Hollywood and the general music industry, entertainment industry. I mean, basically any entertainment outlet where people are worried about their looks, their appearance, where they are doing this horrible thing where even skinny people are taking Ozempic and it looks awful. Looks so awful. Like terrible. Hang on a second. Let me see here. I gotta sort through my bookmarks. I just went through today and deleted like 300 bookmarks that were no longer needed because I've already done videos and all that shit on them. But man, I gotta get to the... Where was this at? Come on, can't be that much further. I did not get my video made today. I did not get a chance to make my video. I have one that I'm gonna work on tomorrow that I'm very excited about. I'm really hyped about this. But unfortunately did not have time today. Holy crap, there it is. No, wrong one. Okay, I'll pull this one up too because this is a different set of women than the Olivia Wilde one. I think I have the Olivia Wilde one also. Hopefully I didn't get rid of it. Hang on. Damn, I think I lost it. I don't think I have it anymore. Damn. That's rough. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. Let me see if I can just find it real quick. Hang on. Olivia Wilde. I think it's spelled with an E, correct? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I found it. Okay. Okay. Wasn't she already thin? Olivia Wilde was already incredibly thin. They showed it on Bro Science today. Talk about the PlayStation DRM on Panic Attack. Dude, the DRM thing is nuts with PlayStation. Although the problem is I don't know enough about the actual facts about the entire PlayStation thing to speak on it until I read up on it. Because I watched Mudahar's video on it, going over it, and it seems like there's some... I don't want to say misinformation or disinformation. There's just, it seems like we don't have all the facts yet to know exactly how it's going to work. Either way, it sounds terrible. Yes, YouTube shutting off monetization on people's channels en masse. Actually, I talked about that in my quartering video that I uploaded to the second channel today. There was a lot of YouTubers recently, a ton of them getting hit. There may be someone that really pushes you to change topics by constantly tagging your name. I have no idea who you're referring to. No clue, man. All right, so these are the images you guys were talking about. I'm going to save the second one for last, okay? I'm going to save the second one for last. Hang on a second. Yes, if I had more information, if I knew better about the entire DRM thing... Wrong one. Here we go. The cropped version is what we need here. Less tabs. Let me get my webcam on. We're professional here. We got this going. So... this one here is pretty bad. From what? I don't know who 2 out of 4 of these girls are. I think this is what? Lana Del Rey here? I don't know, to be honest. I know this one. This is the chick, Anya Taylor-Joy, who, to be fair, wasn't very hot before, but now she looks like a zombie, like a ghoul. This is the chick from Glee, right? Yeah, now she has the Giga Chad jaw. These other two chicks, I have no idea. They all got that handsome Squidward jaw, dude, for real. It's a look for sure. Heroin chic. Yes, but I have talked about the people getting their monetization struck and all that. Monumental was just demonetized. No strikes, no real reason a couple days ago. I don't know that channel. Dude, YouTube is a really big place. And I am a very, very, very small fish in a gigantic pond here. Oh, the Jenna Ortega before and after is on this next one, Avernum. Now, here's the thing. I was never one of these people, and partially because Jenna Ortega is so much younger than me. I mean, like my wife and I, we don't have any weird situation where we can't objectively talk about attractive people that we're not married to. Like, we don't have that weird relationship where, like, my kids are like, Dad, you can't say somebody's hot or this. I'm like, what? Your mom and I, we can objectively look at people and be like, Henry Cavill's hot. I'm not gay. She's not into him, but we can both objectively look at him and say he's hot. Same with like Rachel McAdams or whatever. It's not an insecurity thing, right? But where was I going with this? Oh, Jenna Ortega. That's one I never quite understood. You know, I've never really understood. Maybe it's because I'm so much older than her, and I looked at her as like she was a child actress when she started. So maybe that's it. Phil isn't live tonight, so you needed to find an alternative. Oh, yeah, Philip Chan. Dude, I've subscribed to him, but I don't think I ever tune into a stream, typically because I'm either recording a video or streaming while he's streaming. So we kind of have that overlap going on. So here's the one you're talking about. If I blow it up, it's going to cut off these people here. But we'll try to go through the slides. All right. Oh, no, cool. They have them 2x2. So here you have maybe the most awful one. The chick, Erin Moriarty from The Boys, before and after. Yeah, if DB Wild does double duty. I don't know how he splits his attention. This one here is, like, awful. I mean, I've said for a while, I think a lot of people, a lot of heterosexual men agree that the obsession with plastic surgery and the overabundant use of makeup, I'm not saying, like, men go, don't use any makeup. I want to see all your pimples and wrinkles and all that shit and your bags and your eyes. No, guys are okay with a certain amount of makeup used. It's when they basically put on a whole different face with the makeup that's not for the heterosexual men. That is in my opinion, something that's being pushed by the pharmaceutical industries, the makeup industries, plastic surgery, to make women want to make themselves look like transgenders. Like, honestly, it's what they end up looking like. Most women that end up getting the incredible amount of like Botox and the buccal fat removal and all the makeup and everything, they look more like trans women than women after a while. So it's insane, you know? So yeah, this one here was just an abomination. It's so sad to see. And they tried to say Graves' disease. I'm like, oh no. No, I have a mother-in-law, or not mother-in-law, a stepmom down in California who had Graves' disease, and that did not do that to her face. Yeah. Girl next door, now she's girls next door's over-surgeried mom. Yeah, basically. That's because men use plastic surgery to look more like women. Yeah, that too. Aliens, 100%. So yeah, I mean, look, I understand that Jenna Ortega was cute here for what it was. This here, straight up Marilyn Manson vibes. Like, hardcore. How can people lie to them so much? I don't know. But this is insane. This is butchery, man. It gives you a man job. That's what I'm saying. It's like they are turning women into what transsexual women look like, right? It's insane. This one here, who is this? Kelly Osbourne? And I mean, after she lost all that weight, she actually looked pretty good right here for being a freak and a weirdo. This here, I can't even... I don't even know what's going on here, man. This is just brutal. And then this one, okay. So Olivia Wilde was already really thin, right? Yeah. She looks like her mom looks better. Marilyn Manson looks more like a lady than Ortega does now, probably, yeah. Yeah, this one's really, really, really rough. I mean, there's so much, and I know Olivia Wilde is insane, like she's a complete lunatic, but this right here is just an abomination. Dave Chappelle crack face. It's something. It's rotten. She has a sickness. It's like her skin is receding. Now, are you saying an actual sickness or like an illness, or is this just like, I can't tell what this is. I can't tell if this is obsession with Ozempic or what's going on, but apparently my wife was telling me that Olivia Wilde was like the poster child for one of these places where you can go and do a full body scan and they can determine if you have any sort of ailments or illnesses. And apparently she did like a paid promotion where she's like, oh, I've got a clean bill of health. And it's like, well, if she's healthy, then why does she look like that? You know, you can't tell me, oh, she's sick, she's got cancer or whatever, and then at the same time say, oh, she just did a full body scan and everything's great, right? Sickness of the Hollywood mental disorder. Yeah. It's beyond creepy, man. You went from, at her time, one of the most stunning, unique actresses out there, despite the fact that she's insane and a lunatic. Olivia Wilde was stunning, kind of like Megan Fox was when she first got on the scene. Compare her in Tron Legacy to this. I mean, just compare her in the side-by-side images here. And look, we all get old. My hair's receding. If I don't work out, which I haven't worked out in months because life, baseball, work, everything else going on, my stomach gets a little squishy. My arms are a little bit thinner. I don't have that muscle tone that I had, when I was younger. It's part of life, guys. Compare her to that reply on the right. Oh my God. I mean, it's terrifying, man. Great in the Ali G movie back in the day, the take them off scene. I don't even remember that, dude, to be honest. Like, it's just more the fact that she was, generally speaking, a much more beautiful, attractive looking person. Maybe the biblical advice to age gracefully wasn't such a bad idea after all. I know, right? Hey, Korean cowboy jump scare, man. I'm sorry. We were talking about these Ozempic women here. I didn't watch the Tron with Olivia Wilde, guys. I grew up on the original Tron, and that was it. I had no intention of watching the new ones. So, hang on. I gotta get on my phone and see who messaged me on Twitter. I'm not opening my DMs. That might have been Yellow Flash. I don't know. Let me see here. Oh, Kilted Cajun. Okay, cool. GameSpot PlayStation users report new online license checks, but Sony quells concerns. Oh, this must be about the DRM thing. Says potential major DRM issue rolled out by PlayStation and Xbox as well. Allegedly, all new PSN purchases now have a 30-day validation countdown. Already investigating to find out more details. Players can continue to access and play their purchase games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. That still is a problem. I still have an issue. Does that mean that if you buy a physical game, that you have to have an internet connection and an online check for it to actually allow you to play the game? Dude, isn't everything ruined by Jared Leto? Look, ironically, I have a Spotify playlist for at home here, kind of like the easy listening soft rock playlist, right? That I have when we're just having dinner, whatever, I'm doing shit around the house. And 30 Seconds to Mars is on that list because I love their first album. It might be their only album. And I thought, if Jared Leto had just stuck to music, he might have done really well, Any new digital, not physical game purchased, no, and in the future is a 30-day timer. It literally locks you out after that, forcing you to log in. But that's what I'm saying is, are we getting the same story? Because it says at least one major gaming company has wasted no time chiming in. However, retailer GameStop published its own statement on the situation, emphasizing that this problem will not happen if you purchase physical games. Players can continue to access and play their purchase games as usual. One-time chat. I mean, PlayStation is saying that there's no further check-in required. So that's flying in the face of the claim. So that's why I'm saying I don't personally know enough about this to actually... Well, Steam does have it, but Steam doesn't have it. I mean, I saw Oh No, It's Alex talking about it with that retard KMed. Steam doesn't implement that one-time check-in. It's the DRM through the software company or the software developer or the publisher that it makes it a thing when you first install or purchase the game, that it does that initial DRM check. That's not through Steam specifically. Steam doesn't require it. Oh, dude, I'm hoping the Stop Killing Games thing actually gets a lot of momentum. I'd love to see it actually do something, beneficial. The good suffer for the bad. You're not wrong, dude. I don't know why let me see here. I had switched the chat to live chat, but when I went live, it decided to completely yeet. And yes, I know I'm too old to say yeet. It got rid of my live chat tab. If Equilibrium was here, he would be so ashamed of me right now. Supposedly it was pushed because people were able to buy a game, rip it digitally, and get a refund. Interesting. David Allen Coe passed away. David Allen Coe. Hang on. Is that who I think it is? I gotta look this up. David Allen Coe. Oh yeah, American singer and songwriter. Huh. I probably couldn't name a single song, but I knew the name. Your dad liked him? Like I said, I knew the name, but I didn't know why. Rather get a PC or a Steam machine? You're not wrong there, dude. PC Master Race, you know. Let's go ahead, though, and we'll get into 100% agree. Leto's only good in the band, not as an actor. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, guys. Everyone's saying that it's going to literally lock you out of your games if you don't check in every 30 days, but I don't know. I can't imagine they're ever going to really do that. I mean, I could see them doing that. I could 100% see them trying. Do I think that they would actually have the balls to do it? And, you know, imagine the backlash, guys. Imagine the backlash if they tried pulling that shit. Never Even Called Me By My Name was a big hit. Oh, yeah, I know that one. Okay, you don't have to call him darling. Yeah. Have a Switch 2 and that covers everything else. I mean, that's the thing is, down the road at some point, I might pick up a Switch 2 for my kids, only because our original Switch is eventually going to crap out. When it's in the dock, it actually overheats. I'm not even kidding. The air ventilation, something's wrong with the fan inside the Nintendo, or the air ventilation is just jacked at this point where it won't properly vent. So they can play that thing in the dock for like 45 minutes, and then it overheats and shuts off. Xbox is like that with non-physical games. I mean, are you telling me that if I didn't turn my Xbox on for a month, it would lock me out of my games? I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, because I have sat with my Xbox not being used for longer than that and have never lost access to my games. Hey, Mari. Laptop cooling pad for the Nintendo? That's actually not a bad idea. I'm not sure how that would work, though. Put it under the dock? Like, I'm probably more inclined to just kind of tinker with the Nintendo itself, and it's so old at this point anyways. Like, I'm not worried about voiding the warranty or whatever by opening it up. There's just something wrong with the actual fan itself. Oh, no, it's more an issue with PC games from them? Xbox doesn't stop your access of digital games. Well, the article that Kilted Cajun sent me said that they allegedly are looking into that. So you can only set one PC as your home system at a time. Correct. My PC is the home system, although we have two computers in the house. My son's not logged into the Xbox account on his computer. I have a PS5 and has not been turned on for only a year and a half. The most action it gets is occasionally I dust it off. You know, if my kids weren't using the Xboxes, that's exactly how mine would be, man. I'm sure they are, just isn't like that now. Huh. I don't know. All right, guys, let's get into the nitty-gritty, awful, disgusting, dirty, degenerate world that is Twitch, because I want to kind of get through these topics here real quick before it starts getting late and I don't even make any headway here. So, oh, hang on. Is this the one? Yes. This is the one. Now, I don't know if I want to try to even play this clip on stream, guys. She doesn't take off her clothes more than she's already, she's already got her goodies hanging out anyways. This is from a Twitch stream from Morgpie on Twitch, right? Twitch is just the absolute biggest cesspool on the internet. It is just the most degenerate filth that you will ever imagine. Like, Twitch is just basically, it exists for the top political streamers, the top game streamers, and then everybody else who's just trying to sell their goodies and funnel people into other platforms. What the hell is that even? Dude, I'm not sure that this is even a woman. Okay, maybe a Vernum can correct me on this. It sounds like he is familiar with her work. I'm not, and I'm not gonna go searching. But she's built like one of those men that gets the cosmetic surgery wears like 10 layers of makeup and gets a pair of strap-on boobs, and that's just kind of, she is a woman. A Vernum confirms it there. Yes, prostitutional streamers always pop up first when I tap my Twitch app as well. And Mari, it doesn't even matter if you never watch them. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Not a pretty one, but a talent. Hey, Vernum, you need the horny bonk, man. You need the horny bonk really bad. Might be a bad spot to freeze at. No, man. Okay, let me. God, I'm terrified to Google this woman now. But there's a. She did. Nothing A. Vernum's talking about. You guys remember when Twitch was doing this thing with the black bar that girls would put over themselves to pretend that they were naked, and they do the black censorship bar? She was one of the ones that kind of blew up at that time. See, like, I probably can't bring up my Google search results because of this chick. And it's nothing terrible, but it's like, it's skirting the edge. It's close, right? All right, so this is where I first remembered seeing her face from, and I'm like, this chick doesn't look like a woman. All right, this is the image I remember seeing. Something about her has like male physiognomy going on. She green screened her ass for Fortnite. She's done the same thing with her feet kilted recently. She pointed her feet at the camera and started painting the bottom of her feet green, and so it was like going transparent. That's a dude's face. Exactly. Yeah, people complain about seeing random smut on X, but I never do. However, Twitch, completely different story. With Twitter, with X, it's entirely my fault because I'll scroll across one of these e-thoughts among the Twitch streamers and stuff that I react to or talk to or whatever on Twitch, make fun of, poke fun at. And then it'll just kind of tell my algorithm, oh, he wants to see more of these people. And then the e-thoughts filter in, and then I'll say, okay, get this whore off my screen, and then it'll just pop another one on there. So basically, I mean, just do it. I do it to myself. Hey, Oblivion. So not happy I never ever had Twitch or Twitter. Dude, I've been saying for years, I'm wishing, hoping, desiring for Twitch to eventually ban me, but they never will. I'm not of note enough to get banned on Twitch. If that's a dude, Tuck Job's amazing considering she's had a camera directly pointed at her crotch. I mean, Blair White is a thing, right? Just saying, Blair's a dude. Xbox requires an online connection to download games and expansions, but the titles you have on disc can always be played, at least on Xbox One, but still I regret allowing the update to happen. She's an uggo that pushes the limit of makeup, that's why she looks so off. Man hands. She has man... Oh my god. I saw somebody doing that on Twitter. Somebody was saying that this woman that was hiding her face in a picture, she also blurred out her feet so nobody could see it. Somebody was saying, that she's got like man hands or whatever. And it's like, it's just a woman with long hands. But I get what you're saying. I mean, my hands are calloused and all that, but my hands are small because I'm a small guy. I mean, so I don't know if I just took a picture of my hands other than the hair. I don't know that I have man hands or feminine hands. They're just hands in my opinion. I'd have to like compare them to a woman's, man's nose. Obviously, A. Vernum's going to tell us this is a biological woman, and I'm not going to go looking. I am not here to try to discern that, right? But the whole controversy, the entire controversy, yes, the skeletal structure is what's throwing me off. So this is the clip, and I'm going to mute it because I don't want to care to hear this woman's voice. This is the clip that went viral recently, right? And she apparently, because she's doing the whole dominatrix thing, she has this guy in like the gimp suit with the furry tail that wanders over to his little bed here, and she tosses him a little doggy treat. This whole fetish thing on display, right? And you'll notice she's got the clear chair. She's got the clear chair because I'm sure she does the thing where she sits there in her underwear with the camera pointed right up her crotch and all this other stuff, right? It's nuts. That's secretly her boyfriend. That's secretly probably Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch. All right, it's probably the reason she doesn't get banned off the platform, to be honest. I feel like I saw this before, maybe with someone else. It's been going viral for a few days. The video wouldn't be a big deal if it was a sex platform. Exactly. This is tame. Like, this is absolutely tame. You know, why do you subject me to this shite? I give you subs. It reads his pet. Yes, that is his pet. Oh, well, that's translated from Turkish. They got the wrong pronoun there. I'll forgive them that. It's not from an English-speaking website. This, again, it's Grok translating. Yeah, it's again translated from Turkish. Viral like the disease in her crotch, probably. So you're right, Megan. I did not give you a clip. Hang on. Let me see. What do I have? I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. I mean, that kind of this defines this entire segment we're on right here. That's the right pronoun. Well, you might be right. I don't have any knowledge either way. Oh my god, this guy, I'll take BDSM dominatrix over racist incel white boy any day. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so that's the whole thing, right? And so I demand Sam Hyde for every time I gift. All right, I can do that. Says no, this is from GameSpot. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy did not endorse that racy Twitch stream. Now, the problem I have with this entire concept is that Dan Clancy has allowed all sorts of shit to go on Twitch for a really long time now. A very long time. Guys, I had to change my stream title. Oh yeah, Susano, if you gotta grab your food, no worries, buddy. You can always come back when you have time. Turkish doesn't have gendered pronouns at all. It's all context-based, and the AI has no context here. I don't know. Fair enough. So I had to change my stream title for Twitch because I said in my YouTube and Kick and everywhere else I'm streaming that Twitch is trash. And it did not like that. And so I had to change it to Twitch is awful, right? So Twitch is going to moderate things. And thanks for the 2 again, Luigi. I don't remember if I said thank you or not, buddy, but appreciate you, man. I had to literally change my Twitch title just to make sure it conformed to their TOS, their rules, because trash was probably offensive or mean or hate speech or whatever, right? But they can have that on full display. Probably their higher-ups love the low IQ, low effort, low moral content. Yeah, exactly. Dude, 1,000%. That's exactly how Twitch is. It's practically the only thing making them money is people subbing to the OnlyFans girls, you know? Of course, Clancy endorsed this. He got out his rec. Ew. No, Dan Clancy is a degenerate. That man, he's like 60 years old, and he's always partying with the young girls at all the parties and stuff. It's just disgusting. It's awful. But here's the problem. It's not just her, guys. It's not just her on Twitch, right? But you got her saying she's calling out the VTuber community for always inserting themselves into Twitch controversies, saying that they should actually read the TOS instead of getting upset at her. The reason for this is that a lot of VTubers have been unfairly targeted by Twitch's terms of service in ways that don't apply to real humans. So, for example, they'll say, you know, certain things are sexualized and not allowed on Twitch. And they'll ban a VTuber model and a drawing, a digital rendering of a, you know, character that might show a little too much skin, too much arm, too much thigh, whatever. But then you can have this kind of filth on the main screen with actual humans doing it, right? It's insane. So that's why she's kind of going after the VTuber community here, because they're probably pissed at her that she's once again, just like everything else she's done, skirting the rules of Twitch, and they suffer for it and she doesn't, right? So here was what Morg Pie apparently had to say about it.
Anytime anybody does something controversial on Twitch, the VTubers all come out. They're like, but we can't do whatever we want all the time. It's like, they're like, okay, but you can't have exposed hips. Yeah, because it explicitly says that in the TOS that you just read the TOS! You know what I do when I wanna do something on stream? I just read. I just read the TOS. I just read the TOS. It explicitly says it in the TOS that you can't show your hips on stream. That's been a thing for like 2 years. Dude, that shit changed like 2 years ago. That's 2024, man. 2020 fucking.
No, they've changed the rules a few times about that kind of stuff. In fact, in a lot of those rule changes a couple years ago, they changed it to where you could do certain things like twerking on stream, pole dancing, all sorts of stuff if it was in the right category. They've recategorized like the hot tub streams. They've done all this stuff to try to like skirt around it. Are they the same woman? Yes, this is her with a way less makeup and animal ears on. Yeah. At least this woman's not an avatar. You'd think VTubers would get more lax restrictions since it's not a real body on display. You know, Rabnad, that's kind of the argument, I think. That is definitely kind of the argument. Dan Clancy's the Temu Hugh Hefner. He doesn't have bunnies, but e-horse. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? I feel like a lot of the Twitch revenue comes from VTuber Simps too. That too. But again, it's still, I mean, I look at it as the same thing. Whether it's the VTuber or the e-thought, whatever it is. Most of the revenue that's not from like the top political commentators like Asmongold, Hasan, all that kind of stuff on Twitch is coming from general simpery. That's basically all it is. That's where Twitch is only getting revenue from, is from the guys simping after women. I mean, look, I like to tune into like a few of the FPS streamers like Clean and a few of those other guys like Landmark when they're playing a game or whatever that I haven't played yet. And Clean might get 3,000 viewers in a stream and maybe a half dozen subs in the course of an hour, you know?
Bankruptcy!
I declare bankruptcy. My brain cannot pay off the debt of what I am watching.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, Smeg, that's why you're here, man. You come to my stream and you get dumber. It's us Americans. We're ruining everything for the rest of the world, man. And thank you for the Australian 5, my man. In fact, I don't have the I declare bankruptcy hit, but we'll just do this one instead.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Oh yeah, I'll give you a different office one. You know, guys, I was going to add a couple DSP clips to the channel, to the board here. I was even going to include a new DSP clip into my regular Monday stream. So I might do that. Actually, I might do a DSP collage for Monday streams. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but thanks again for the 5. So they actually put a community note on here that says Twitch has been known to bend their own rules to favor top streamers. If the TOS was enforced fairly, Morg Pie would have been banned already. I mean, and it's 100%, 1,000% accurate. So Morg Pie herself quote tweeted this and said, "Just want to say I love VTubers. I think they're the real pioneers of streaming." What does that even mean? "I just don't see this parallel between a tire policy and someone wearing a full GIMP suit as a joke." Joke. Okay. Haha. Well, I'm trying to figure out. Ripped off again. Okay, man. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh, you know it, lad. You know that, Hasan Piker? I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring.
No, in real life.
No, in real life. It says, "I talk out my ass on stream." Literally, I think she literally does that. Probably farts into a jar and sells it all the time, but it's all fun with no malice whatsoever. If you watch this full segment, that sentiment is clear as I break up every other sentence with praise for the VTuber community. No, in real life, exactly. I like the genuine ones. I mean, there are decent VTubers. It's a queef, yeah. To be fair, it is a queef, I guess. Okay. Let me see here. "I'm a very unserious person on a platform where everything is taken extremely seriously." Correct me if I'm wrong. This woman is a adult entertainer. She sells videos and pictures of herself doing all sorts of explicit things. I mean, I don't take those people seriously, as in I don't respect their opinions, but how does she consider herself to be an unserious? Like, she thinks that by sexualizing herself, she's a comedian? I'm so confused. Yeah, prostitute, exactly. There's not another word for it, guys. I mean, I get it. Some people disagree that digital prostitution is not the same thing as whoring yourself out in real life because you're not. I mean, whatever. You're still a whore. It is what it is. Lust merchant. That's another good term for it, I guess. So I'm very sorry that my statements seem like a call out to any community at all. I respect the VTubers who put a lot of thought into their model of backstories and themes and so on. If they're just a bouncy anime chick with nothing else, blah. Dude, DB, you're going to be like pissing off half the VTubers that exist, man. If it makes your dad cry, you're a whore. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, okay. I think that's probably a safe safe bet. That's probably the best way to look at it. Prostitute. Yeah, I think that there is a scale of prostitution, to be fair. I think that's actually a decent way to do it. A lot of Decepticons pretending to be girls, and there's a lot more who basically provide girlfriend experience. Dude, exactly. Hey, Vernon, my biggest thing is, look, I believe award-winning sprinkler, I don't want to know. 2 times award-winning sprinkler. Oh my god. Oh, ew. Okay. I don't know if this is intentional, guys, but you just brought up her 2 times award-winning sprinkler. Her on Twitter is not morgue pie. It's MOGRP PEE. Mogr has the word P in it. Oh god. Mari, let's not ruin Mari and tell her what that one's all about. All right. So, it's not just, morgue pie, people pointing out here the terms of service, wearing or displaying BDSM associated attire, e.g. harnesses, blindfolds, collars, or paraphernalia, whips displayed or worn without engaging in sexual activity, wearing a ball gag on your neck while doing a just chatting stream. So again, people pointing out that she herself is obviously in violation of the terms of service, but she's getting special treatment because that's just the way Twitch operates, right? That's the way it works. It's in the effing TOS skank. Oh my god, yeah, 100% what this guy said. What else? Oh, here we go. It doesn't just end with her, okay? I don't care. I think VTuber symptom is silly and borderline retarded. Well, DB, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I'm one of those people that I genuinely believe that most women who are VTubers probably do it because they're not very attractive in real life. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I know that there are VTubers out there that are pretty or attractive women who also do it to be anonymous. That's fair. I get that, okay? But I think that there's a lot of uggos out there, a lot of people who do it because they straight up don't want to put their face out there because they don't feel confident in themselves. They know they're not very attractive. They know that by being mysterious and having this little cutesy avatar, they'll make a lot more money than they will putting themselves in front of a camera. That's just a reality, guys. That is a reality, you know? Yeah, a lot of butterfaces, you know? I like a lot of VTubers, but I don't think they fart gold. No, and some people act like they do. Some people really, truly worship the ground they walk on, which is strange. I'm like, okay, it's one thing to be like, this person's an online personality. You don't really have a relationship or a true, like, friendship with them where, you know, genuinely they're there for you through thick and thin. You just know each other through the internet, right? So that's one thing. That's one layer of the internet relationship dynamic. Then there's the whole, now you don't even know the person because you don't know what they look like. Now you're fantasizing about what the person might look like because they have some sexy, you know, cute little avatar, but you have no clue what the person behind that avatar looks like. It's strange. Those women who feel super inferior tend to be insanely attention hungry. That, yeah, I could see that. And the easiest way to do that is to present yourself in the best possible light to get as many simps to feel like you can validate yourself. That even if you don't feel good about yourself, you know that everyone's simping after you because they think your avatar is amazing or whatever. It's weird, man. And I don't have a problem with VTubing. Like, I think VTubing's fine. I think it's cool. I have no problem with people being anonymous online. That's totally cool. Like, I don't think everyone needs to show their face on an internet stream or on a video, whatever, to be taken seriously. It's just, I do, DB pointed out, there's a lot of simpery that goes on with VTubing, and it's strange. I think it's weird, It's just strange. A lot of trooms do it, want to shave their beards and use a VTuber avatar to stream 8 hours a month and post 15,000 posts on Twitter. I couldn't tell you that, man. I don't know what that's like. I don't care if they're pixels or persons. Worshiping people like idols is not good. 100%, dude. For real. The halfway zone, like Dark Disrespect, hide yourself through a costume if you don't want to be instantly recognizable. Yeah, but everyone knows what he looks like without that on, too. Because the mustache is still his mustache. And, I mean, the guy's like 6.5 feet tall, So even if he doesn't have the hair and the sunglasses on, he still sounds the same when he's out and about. Yeah. All right. So then, of course... This is the rest of the shit that goes on the platform, right? This is just crazy. While thirst farming her weird gooner audience with her butt, Twitch streamer Kyuko, I don't know how to pronounce that, discusses the Minawawa TOS screenshot stating, Morgue Pie potentially violated TOS with her BDSM stream stunt. She thinks that Morgue Pie didn't violate TOS because the stream would be labeled as mature content since she was wearing BDSM attire. She also thinks that the Mini Wawa X account is ragebait farming. Talking about this screenshot post here. Okay.
Bankruptcy!
Yeah.
Fark you, Dan. My day was going well until 2X award-winning sprinkler was inserted into my brain. I'm here for a chill, relaxed atmosphere DSD.
Oh my god, DSD. I'll get myself a shirt made DSD one of these days, man. For real. Darkside Dan. Here we go. Okay, well, since you bring up Darkside Dan, you get this one here, buddy.
All right, guys. Here comes the shower of support. All right, let's continue. Here we go. Okay, folks, welcome back.
It's even better because he says shower. It's so much better because he says shower in that one. Hey, Empress. Not too much. We're going over some of the stuff with Twitch, the cesspool that's turned into, the degenerate platform of goonery that it is. So yeah, this is the woman defending Morgue Pie, apparently, and this is the clip here.
Be right back. Stream ending. Artwork must follow all the guidelines, which is like it has to be completely covered and your hips, and all that stuff. And VTubers break that rule.
So this is her looking at her chat on her phone, talking into a microphone while she's sitting with her feet exposed, bottom of her feet showing, with her butt hanging out on a stream, defending somebody else whose stream and his entire persona is just basically 100% sexualized. Dude, I'm on Twitch. QC, I stream to Twitch every stream, man. I've been on Twitch since 2019. I've been on Twitch since before this shit really like blew up in 2020, 2021. I'm just waiting to have one of my streams get like complained to, by some angry simp and get banned on Twitch. That'll be like, oh, you mean like this? Oh, hell, man. No. How is she balanced? Not hard. She's got her foot under her. I could sit like that, guys. I'm not going to show you. Lugia, it's worth it for the money. You got to remember. Okay, either one of the animals is walking really heavy or somebody came out to get a bottle of water. Who is that? I don't know. Here, that's my son walking upstairs. Maybe that's what it is. That's where the big bucks are? Yeah, exactly. Dude, it didn't matter. It does not matter how uncomfortable this is. She is doing this deliberately, okay? Yeah, it's crazy, man.
All the time, but no one.
The legs are oiled up too, yes.
I don't report them. I don't fucking care. I love Gunnar art. So I don't really see the one about collars.
The missus catching you red-handed watching E-Horse. I've told her before. It's like, this is one of those things where I don't have one of those weird dynamics where it's like, oh, don't go on my computer. Don't look at this. It's like anybody could go through my hard drive, my computer, all this stuff. And it's like, I got nothing to hide here, Yeah, the whole talking with a baby voice thing, too, is really strange, man. The oil's on the counter. Oh, God. So she probably does that thing where it's like every time she gets a certain amount of subs, she probably rubs the oil on or some shit. I'm over here, lady. Talk to me. Oblivion, I think it's only for... Okay, is the hip rule only for the VTuber avatars, or is it for women also? Because what about the women who do like the hot tub streams in a two-piece like thong G-string bathing suit situation? Hey, Joe Darkness, Quarterbrand, I wanted to come to Yellow Flash. Yes, exactly. We're going to bring that up next. We'll talk about that next. It's crazy. I'm actually more interested in the Coffee Brand coffee stuff. As a purveyor of food industry items myself, I'm much more interested in his response to that. Oil yourself up whenever Smeg sends a dono. Absolutely not. Guys, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, as you get older, you start to nitpick things about yourself you don't like. And one of those things is the less that I have time to get to the gym, the more that everything just kind of looks just blech, but you don't love the body, the way it looks, the stomach, the arms and everything. The last thing I want to see is my pale ass and all of this that I'm not happy with oiled up. Just not something, you know. Can't wait for my voice to change. Don't want to sound like those I was screaming yesterday to damn it. You're trying to like bring your vocal, like the sound of your voice down like an octave or something. Okay, so Avernum, that's exactly the point. So you'll never send money again. So the entire point that I think that needs to be made is VTubers can't have that showing on their avatar because that is somehow against terms of service because against sexualization or whatnot. But if you are let's say a hot tub streamer, one of these chicks on there, you can get away with doing whatever because, well, I'm in a bathing suit because it's a hot tub. You go, that shouldn't be, it's insane. The double standards is nuts, right? Let it all hang out. No, God, no. VTubers can do, yeah, you could do a VTuber doing a hot tub stream. That'd be really strange. And that's like a whole nother level of simping like we were talking about before that it's just, that's insane to even think about how weird these people are. A drawn hot tub does not qualify, so they don't have this loophole. Yeah. Chick needs to lose weight. Hey, now. There's nothing wrong with the person in the outfit. The outfit and the positioning is the problem. That's the point that we're trying to make. That the person defending the other e-whore is another e-whore. It's just the nature of how it goes. I don't even want to bring the other clip up that I have. Like, I don't even know what platform she's on. But, in fact, let me double check that this is even safe for YouTube. Make sure my kids aren't walking around. Holy shit. I don't know if this chick is a Twitch streamer or not. But yeah, this is one that I've seen. This is one that I've seen that floats around. Nope.
All right, guys.
Phil, go away. Where are
Here
you
comes
at?
the shower of...
Yeah, no more showers for you, Phil. This one is somebody named Livy Alex. I don't know. Said men that are subject to so men that are addicted to adult content, it's just natural selection taking its course. Coming from a woman who streams like this. So yeah, basically at this point, guys, it's not that all female streamers are bad or that females shouldn't be allowed to stream. It's that unfortunately we've created this marketplace where you really only have like, I don't know, a couple niche genres that women tend to succeed. And the largest one seems to be where they just are whoring themselves out. And Twitch fully endorses it. Twitch 100%, I would say, is a propagator of it. I don't know the correct word I'm even trying to think of is. They are definitely the ones who are repeal the 19th. I mean, if you could get enough women to vote for that, I'm not going to go out there. Look, as a man, I'm not going to run out there going, repeal the 19th, because the women are going to go, screw you, dude.
I declare bankruptcy!
Did I make a mistake and click Phil Chan Coomcast?
No, my guy. No, my guy. I'm not over here endorsing it. We are condemning it. I don't know. Does he like, I know that he calls it Coomcast. I don't know what he does on his stream. Like I said, he and I always stream at the same time, you know? My wife totally wants to repealed. My wife 100,000% would give up her right to vote if women couldn't vote. She would be at the front of the line signing whatever it took to get that to happen. But as a man, if you run around saying repeal the 19th, all you're going to do is piss off women to vote against you even harder. I mean, it doesn't do any good, you know? Oh, yeah, Empress, Classy has gone away a long time ago. Classy hasn't existed for years. Years, you know? Painted her fun bags to look kind of like the inside of watermelons. That's what you were nervous to show. Well, I didn't want to play the video because this chick, she always is like jiggling around and stuff, dude. I'm sure Twitch wouldn't care, but for YouTube's terms of service, you got to be careful with that crap, you know? Especially with all the YouTube, what was it? It wasn't Joe Darkness. Who brought up QC Jerks or somebody brought up the YouTube flagging going on right now, dude? There's so much flagging, demonetization, streams getting taken down, videos getting taken down, all that crap. So right now, it's one of those times where you got to be careful how much you skirt the line on YouTube. Like, it's one thing if your content is the same every time and you know you're not doing anything wrong, that you should be fine. But it's like if you start pushing it a little too hard, you just never know, man. What accent are we talking about? It's okay for them to exist, but I wish they created a button to less consent to watch all this. Mari, 100% you're supposed to be able to filter that out. You're supposed to be able to put that in your search or your block list for content that you don't want to see on your homepage. Unfortunately, I don't know that it actually works very well. And thanks for the 2, Smeg. I know. This is kind of a weird one tonight. We're going to go over a lot of different stuff. It's all AI based. It's got hair triggered. Exactly. That's why false flagging is a bad idea when AI is already screwing up and not doing a good job. The last thing you want to be doing is, messing with it and flagging down people falsely and striking people's channels and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Which brings us to the next topic, everybody. The false flagger, allegedly himself. So here's the crazy thing, guys. There's so much to talk about with the quartering recently. Like, there's so much that happened in just the last 24 hours. It's insane. So I did my video on the second channel today covering a lot of this because there are a ton of channels that since Kino Casino went down have been basically getting struck, demonetized, videos removed, streams taken down, all sorts of shit, left and right for the most obscure reasons like violent content, sexual content, nudity, all sorts of things that don't even exist in these people's content. Like in the streams, the videos, doesn't even pertain to what they're talking about. All right, Mari, have a good time. Hopefully you're not working too hard. He loves the beach and MILFs, yeah. Body paint's fine on YouTube unless your body paint is right on the nethers. Interesting. Okay. Don't men in the US suffer bad consequences for not signing up for selective service. Pretty sure it's becoming mandatory for men there soon. Well, Smeg, I can tell you as somebody who is almost 40 that didn't do certain things when he was younger, that I have faced no consequences, but I'm not gonna advertise it. But I can tell you, if it ever comes to it, if they expect my sons to sign up for a selective service, sign up for a draft or any of that shit, well, we're gonna have a lot more. Let's just say, what is 2 soldiers, 2 young men for the meat grinder worth to you as the government? Like how many people is it worth, right? So you're actually fine doing a hell of a lot more if there's a reason for showing those bits. Yeah, it's always, you just never know. You never know what's going on, man. Yeah, the majority of those channels being taken down or losing monetization are due to inauthentic content. That's the thing, but a lot of it tends to be, it seems like a lot of channels that either are VTubers or people who use some AI in their stuff, but it's not all just AI slop content. It's people who use like little bits of things here and there. Like there'll be like a 30-minute video with like 3 minutes of AI use in it or something, and the channel or the video will get taken down. It's crazy, So, it is what it is, Anyways, somebody noticed that in all of this, in all the drama, in Jeremy switching to his Jeremy Hambley channel to try to get around the algorithm, because the quartering channel, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I can't remember if we talked about this the last time or not. If you go to YouTube and you just search for the quartering, it's a bloodbath. All right. It is an absolute shit show for this man. It's insane. So here he is up here, right? And we'll even go to his channel in a second. But all the videos, everything that pops up is all people talking about him, videos, live streams, memes, all sorts of stuff. Camelot stream from just a few minutes ago, that pops up here. It's absolutely insane. Like it's just, here we go. You get down here and then there's some videos from the quartering, right? They're not doing, this is one video here from the quartering from 7 hours ago. All right. And again, it's sensational. Jordan Peterson is dying because of his daughter. All right. That's going to grab a few clicks, right? That's clickbaity almost, because I'm guaranteed the video isn't what he's saying it is. Again, more people talking about him. Consequences of entering the building. Exactly. Nickeling, he just takes other people's videos. Well, yeah, exactly. When was the last time he posted on this channel? The Quarterbrand channel today. He posted on it, but he's been slowing down on the content. So if you go to his actual channel, his actual video upload schedule is way, let's say, reduced compared to what he was doing. So here, let's go back like 2 days. Go back 2 days ago, he had a video that did very well. Steven Crowder just went nuclear. Now, I don't think this is the same video as what they're talking about here. This is from 6 hours ago. Global Digital ID is here, and it's worse than you think. I think this is a live stream here. No, 13-minute ad for the quartering. Not sure what this is. Okay. Oh, it's an ad during the video. Okay, so which video would this be? Digital ID. I don't see that popping up here. Must be an older video. Long story short, most of his videos are not doing well for views considering the size of his channel. You'll have a few of them pop off to get almost 100,000 views, a little over, but the rest of them are getting like 30,000, 50,000, 40,000. For a channel of his size and apparently paying the amount of staff that he has, they're not doing nearly as well as they should be. I don't know much about Hasan, but Asmongold's the worst in my opinion. I mean, it's tough. Hasan is I wouldn't even say like the far left version of Asmongold, because Asmongold himself is kind of like a centrist liberal. It's weird. I can't even compare like one to the other. It'd be much more like comparing like say Nick Fuentes to Hasan, like as far as like opposite ends of the political spectrum. Currently buying views again. There's no way a channel under this much scrutiny, it was only getting 15,000 views, suddenly has 40,000. Right. So in talking about that, 13-minute effing ad, his channel's dead. Yeah. In talking about that, his shorts are still doing okay as far as things go, but you can see, and this again is all the stolen content, right? 65,000 views, 100,000 views, 16,000 views. And this is just him taking clips from like whatever podcast.
This podcast has a seemingly endless supply of dumb women, and it's crazy to see. Check this out.
Okay,
and then it's a whole clip from whatever podcast. I mean, this is the kind of shit that never should have been allowed on YouTube in the first place, you know? They have the same handlers, at least they did last year. Oh yeah, Hasan and Asmongold, yeah, his shorts, exactly. So that's the kind of crap he's uploading. If you go to Jeremy Hambley's channel, right, it's exactly the same thing. The same content, just less viewers. Because it's a smaller channel, way less subscribers. I mean, somehow this dude got over 250,000 subscribers on his second channel, which is just the same type of content repackaged with different looking thumbnails. I think he slimmed himself down in the profile picture as well. Not getting nearly as many views, but he's still doing the same thing. Like if you go to the shorts, if you go to his shorts, he had one, and I showed this in my video, that got 629,000 views. And look at what he does here. This is again the same thing.
The amount of loss. I think the only person you can blame here is your husband. What do you think? Check this out.
Why is YouTube freaking out like this? Go to the actual short.
This guy just asks a simple question. Why are they so aggressive?
No.
Liberals keep telling...
No, the YouTube is completely fucking up the shorts thing, guys. You click on one and it brings up an entirely different one. See? Watch.
This guy just asks a simple question.
Yeah, so I don't even know what's going on there, but it's not even playing the right short. But he's still doing the same thing. 5 seconds of his intro and then somebody else's entire like video that he's uploading and ripping completely. So that's where he is with that, right? What are the urges for? Yeah. Nick is annoying but predicts the future. Hasan kind of annoying too, but still more correct than Asmongold. More correct? I don't know. Like that's a tough one. I don't like a lot of Asmongold's takes where he's way more like centrist liberal, because again, he's not a conservative, right? So it's like he's not right wing at all in most of his views, other than basically just deport everybody. I'm like, okay, so I agree with Asmon as far as that goes. Everything else he's like way too lenient on. I don't know, man. I've been having the problem too. A short that I came across and I click it, it shows me something else. Yeah. Okay, so then you get over here at Andy Worski saying, I wonder why the quartering is hiding the revenue. Is it because 90% of his views are stolen shorts or purchased views? He's talking about basically Jeremy flexing his views, right? Quartering flexing his metrics on X, this is from Cody Dennison, changed the custom time frame to 90 days to increase views and blocked out revenue, obvious reasons. Quartering saying, if this is a downfall, please, I beg you, please let me keep falling. This is just the last 90 days. Oh. Drunk Savage talking about Israel. Okay, yeah. No. No, Hasan is far. I mean, you can be a leftist or a liberal. That's fine. I'm just saying, as far as like the political spectrum, Hasan is like far extreme left on like 100% of everything. The only overlap between anything right wing and left wing that Hasan ever has is disdain for Israel and the preferential treatment Israel gets and everything else. That's about it. Everyone else is just like, he's like so far left, it's not even funny. And Smeg, I wouldn't even care that he hides his revenue. I don't make thousands of dollars a month on YouTube either, and I don't show my ad revenue ever. That's like, it's just not something you do. That's just not, I don't know. People that flex on Twitter, on X, that show their revenue. When I was getting $40 every 2 weeks on Twitter for shit posting, I wasn't showing that to anybody. It's nobody else's business, you know? It's not anyone else's business. So I don't even care. The problem is that what he's trying to do is he's trying to flex that he's got all these subscribers and all these views and everything else without quantifying that his revenue is massively down because shorts are how he's getting his views, and those shorts don't pay. You know, you guys will never know I make 000 a month. Yeah. So that being said, Andy Worski says, the answer is yes. Show us the money, Jer Bear. We know it's probably so small and would expose your fake numbers. Somebody actually asked, why is the Quarterbrand being attacked? He's just a bland news streamer with the dropship coffee brand, like a lot of them with coffee or supplements. And Andy Worski says, because he flags people. I mean, there you go. Hang on a second. What did Rant Man do? Very transformative content. Since Quarterbrand does it with his shorts, I'll do it with one of his videos. All right, what is this?
Hey there, how's it going? So, I thought it'd be a great idea to react to a video called They All Got Fired from a guy called
Throwing people in jail for...
Well, see, that's not even the same thing because he's actually reacting to
You're
it.
rolling in it, brother lol.
Rolling in it. Nah, man, I appreciate you guys, though. Appreciate the two. Every little bit helps, guys. There are plenty of months where... I look at the line go up and I get excited for a minute. I'm like, hey, I'm doing better this month. Subscribers, a little bit more ad revenue stuff. And then there's times like right now where it's like, I've been so swamped. I've been so busy with real life that it's like, yeah, we're going to take a hit this month. Going to take a massive hit, but it's okay because that's just life, guys. Unlike the quartering, I'm not trying to create a YouTube empire, and I'm also not a full-time streamer or content creator trying to pay my bills with YouTube money. Dude, I saw some streamer today talking about it, being like, oh, it's so hard being a full-time content creator. I've been doing this for 8 years, and my subs every month are up and down. Because she's a Twitch streamer, right? So she's complaining that she has 3,000 subs one month and 500 another, and she just doesn't know how much longer I'm like, you're a content creator. That's the same thing as chasing a job like trying to be a professional athlete or an artist, an actress. Excuse me, I'm burping here. An actress, a pop star, any of these kind of things. You're talking that like 0.01% of people actually succeed in this industry. Why are you trying to make it a full-time career? Do it part-time. Go get a real job. You don't have any kids. You're not married. Do it part-time. Then you can have more fun with it if you're not stressing out about it being like something you need to actually pay your bills. I don't understand this mentality. And it's going to be really bad in a few years because a lot of these kids that grew up in COVID, the young kids who thought that, oh my God, I can be the next I Show Speed or I can be the next Aiden Ross or whatever, none of them are going to want to work. They're all going to want to be streamers and content creators, and none of them are going to have any clue about like how to actually deal with real life when shit hits the fan. You know, it's just nuts. Sound like a cliche homosexual. Oh man. I actually got blocked by Jordan Peterson, and I liked Jordan Peterson back in the day. I got blocked by him on Twitter for some not terrible comments I made, but not nice. Not nice. Philip DeFrado. They're streaming as kids. Their parents are raking in the money. Yeah, that Rakai retard, right? Then he's using it to justify his BS. It needs to be shown. This is why people ask the numbers as he hides with shorts, hence his hides his revenue. Exactly. And thanks again for the two. Moshi, I appreciate you, man. Make money off Patreon, not YouTube. I don't get any revenue from YouTube. Yeah. I mean, it's smarter if you can go around it. It's smarter if you can always go around YouTube because YouTube is just one of those things for a lot of reasons. A lot of people, it's just not a good platform to try to actually like make any money on.
You work and do content. If you just did content, you'd understand how hard it is. LOLTTTS sucks.
Hey, TTS nailed it, man. No, dude, Smeg, I get the irony of the sarcasm there. No, honestly, that's the crazy thing. And look, I get it. I know people, and thanks to the 5 Smeg, appreciate you, man. I get it. There are people that are honestly killing it streaming, making videos, content, whatever. I mean, hell, Cinevere, who just got demonetized, she streams with Words of Paradise Leon. She's a VTuber. She had like 1,000 subs a year ago. Now she's got like 7,000, and she's streaming with big content creators, and she's making. Apparently, she was the 12th. Talking about this VTuber simping, and this is no shade to her. She's a really nice gal. Like I've streamed with her once or twice with Leon. Really nice gal. But she was apparently the 12th most super chatted channel last week in the entire US. I don't know what that kind of money looks like, but it's got to be in the thousands of dollars in 1 week, right? That's more than I ever make in a single month of YouTube. So obviously you can have some success, but it is fleeting and it is few and far between the people that are actually going to see those kind of dollars on YouTube. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah, she got demonetized. The reason they gave her was complete bullshit. You know, I don't remember what the exact reason was, Empress, but it's not valid. It's a complete bogus reason. Let's see. They need to learn that when the shit hits the fan to stop pushing their cheeks against it with the when they squeeze out that Oh my god, dude. Her avatar is disgusting. Well, yeah, shit. Again, the avatar leans into the sexual component of it. And again, it just is the nature of VTubing. It's why I personally don't ever really watch VTubing content, because I'm not interested in the big titty fake VTubing avatar character that so many people simp for. It's like, guys, it's a cartoon. But it's that parasocial relationship that does exist, that does tend to come about from VTubing. And like I said, I mean, I'm not here to say VTubing good or VTubing bad. It's not something that I personally care to watch. It's solely sexual. I mean, the appearance would be 100%. Not wrong there. The way she talks creeps me out. I mean, I don't know. Dude, I talked with her. We were only on one stream for more than a few minutes together, and that was the Charlie Kirk assassination day. And that was a much more emotional day when me and Leon and her were just kind of talking and all that. So it wasn't something I paid too much attention to. I like her voice, I like her avatar, I like what she's saying, but I feel physical pain because of how she says stuff. You guys have thought about it more than I have. So, it was another one of those inauthentic content flags. Yes, exactly. I suppose that I wouldn't make cash by doing my PC tech channel, but it would keep me busy. Joe Darkness, you don't know that for sure, man. You don't know that for sure. There's a whole continent full of people that have been on YouTube for years now, making tech, videos, how-to videos, how to, fix certain software problems or whatever. I mean, the hardest part would be getting monetized, getting enough watch hours to be monetized. Once you get to that point, I don't know, man. You don't know. You never know. You don't know me in real life? I don't know anybody in real life. I don't have time for friends. I have a business and I have kids. I have a crap load of acquaintances and associates. I have 0 friends, you know? Okay, I have a couple friends, but like they don't live around here. So I tuned into Camelot stream a little while ago. I didn't even realize that she knew Camelot. That was the craziest thing. VTubing's not different from trans, in my opinion. Oh. Well, I mean, with VTubing, you can be whoever you want to be. So I guess that's technically not wrong to a certain extent. All right, so yeah, so the quartering today, he started crashing out, and you could tell. Dermy Wormy here. Let's see, replying to Hotep. What did Dermy Wormy say? Says, bro, he's drunk tweeting again. Oh, okay. Says, Kiwi Farms found out that the quartering uses shock collars and pinch collars on his dogs. I don't personally care so much about the shock collar thing with Hasan. Not the fact that he used it to begin with, but the way he was using it. Again, using a training tool that your dog learns to fear because it's, causes pain as a way to keep his dog as a prop. Like, that's terrible. That's horrible. For people who are using it as a training tool, I'm not going to make a moral judgment on that. It's like, that's like you're going to get into the whole conversation about should or shouldn't you spank your kids. I'm going to not tell somebody else how to raise their kid in that respect. But Yeah, Jeremy said, hey, he's drunk tweeting again, and here's the screenshots. I think all of these have been deleted. In fact, let me do a quick search. Quartering has me blocked, so I got to go find his Twitter account. I'm pretty sure he has deleted like all the shit that he's been posting today, because he has been on a tirade. Hang on a second. Where are we at here? Quartering. Oh god, my last search was for Olivia Wilde. Damn you guys. Damn you for making me bring that up on stream. I want to try his coffee. Some of it's still available. Some of it is still available, yes. In fact, let me pull up his Quarterbrand coffee website while we're talking about it, because that's actually part of this. And I'll get to that in a second. All right, let me slide this over. That's what she said. I really want to make sure we get to the Hasan stuff, because this is awesome. This was great today. The crash out has been amazing. Okay. FDA might have to have a word with him first. Yeah, dude, it gets worse. It gets worse. Way, way worse. No, Luther Morgan already bought some. I don't have to buy it and send photographs to him. If you feel the need to train your dog and you can't do it without electrocuting the fucking thing, then just take it to an actual trainer. I mean, like I said, if it's a huge dog, like a 150-pound, 200-pound dog, and they use like a choke collar or a electric collar, I'm not going to be the one to judge. If I'm a small dog person, not small dog, like little small fluffy Pomeranian type thing. No offense, Empress. I think you got Pomeranians. I prefer, like, my dog was a pug. She was 20 pounds almost. For me, that was a small dog. Like, that's the smallest I ever wanted to have a dog. Now my dog is like 11 pounds. I'm like, I didn't pick him out. He's amazing. He's awesome. But I like that 40-pound and up size for dogs typically. I don't like little dogs. Don't use stuff like that on large dogs. Well, again, I'm not over here trying to... I don't want a big dog. I do not like the over 80-pound size dogs. Not for me, guys. Not something I want to have to deal with. My brother had a Rottweiler that was like 130 pounds, and the size of her piles when she had to use the bathroom, oh my god, it was the most horrifying thing ever. My cat is like 13 or 14 pounds, I think. He just gets heavier the older he gets. Yeah. Oh my god. Golden Retriever. Yeah, Golden Retriever's a good sized dog though. Not that 100-pound plus, you know. It breaks the trust, maybe. That could be a thing. All right. So the tweets he's talking about is, for example, there was the claim that the Quartering deleted his Discord server, right? He says, there are a lot of absolute morons claiming as a fact that I deleted our Discord, both members and non-members. Simple 5-minute search would prove that I didn't do that they're alive and well. They just really want to think that they've had some impact when they haven't. We had to lock it down because fat, greasy losers were trying to scrape the Discord for dirt. By the way, they found none. We just blocked new users until the psychos stop. Still thousands of people hanging out and they're having fun. LOL, stay mad. My two palms are just fluffy. Yeah. My corgi is like a Mustang of a man. Extremely strong, can pull me like I'm nothing. That's funny. I mean, they are, it's that short center of gravity, right? I mean, those short legs are still probably pretty strong. Let's talk about pile sizes for a bit. Dude, Rottweiler. Like a mound. Like when you get that bag to pick it up, you're gonna have to use 2 bags. It's crazy, man. Yeah, the Discord's been logged. I know. So you can see right here, Quartering on Discord saying things should be a lot more calm this week. We locked it all down to keep psychos out. Yeah. So I don't know. I've not even bothered to go check his Discord because I don't care that much. What has the Quartering been tweeting about today? Wait, he's complaining about a guy behind him at a Brewers game being wasted. Oh my god. Also, we're on TV. Oh, there he is. Hang on a second. He was going to go on Yellow Flash's stream. We have not figured that out, Blithian. I have not picked a new Discord alternative yet. No, Avernum, my reply to him was actually very intelligent. He blocked me for a factual based, cut the bullshit, own up to some of this stuff reply that I gave him. He was going to be on Yellow Flash today, but backed out. Yeah, so there, Ryu, there's a whole segue into that we're going to talk about. My corgi is 41 pounds. Oh my God, that's heavy. I didn't realize corgis were 42 pounds. That's crazy. That is nuts. Yeah, Rottweilers are insane, man. Rottweilers are nuts. If I get another dog, 80% chance to be a Pomeranian. I can, after years of not liking poodles, I can attest that poodle mixed breeds are awesome. I want, talking about big dogs, I actually kind of want a Bernedoodle, a Bernese Mountain Dog poodle mix. Super cool looking dogs. All right, so talking about this, I hang on a second, guys. Hang on. When was he at the Brewers game? I got to do a little investigation right now, guys. I apologize. What time did the Brewers play? Anybody know? Let's see. Milwaukee Brewers. They lost today 6-2. 6-2. What was their game time at? I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together here because he was supposed to go on Yellow Flash's stream, but if he was at the Brewers game today, there's not a chance in hell that he was going to even be able to be on the stream. So that entire thing was like him bullshitting. Dachshund mixes are the best. I'm not a fan of dachshunds. I'm really not a fan of dachshunds. Like, I don't like the look of the dog at all. Like, I don't want to be mean, but I really can't stand them. What time was the Brewers game today? Let's try that. The Brewers game. With the way the pure breed lines have degenerated, mixed breeds are the way to go if you don't want a ton of problems with your dog. I know, but I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of pure breed dogs. Why can't the AI mode on Google tell me what time the Brewers game was? Started at 6:40 p.m. CDT. What time? CDT, that's Central Time, right? Dude, what time was Yellow Flash on? I'm not a fan of the sausage dogs. That's insane. So if he was supposed to be on Yellow Flash's stream, or he tried inviting himself on. That's the thing. He tried inviting himself on the stream. Yellow Flash's stream on Saturday got taken down, talking about like the Trump assassination, talking about Jeremy, all this other stuff, you know. And so his stream got taken down halfway through the stream and they had to go to Rumble. So he went back live tonight to read the rest of the super chats from his stream that he didn't get a chance to go over about 5 hours ago. Dude, man, is such a fat lying piece of shit. That's insane. I already messaged Yellow Flash one of these things we're going to talk about in a minute here. So I might send him that and be like, don't even bother. Don't even bother trying to have him on your stream because he's supposed to be on Friday with him. All right. Quarterbrand has allegedly shown his unsleeved media channel report history as evidence that he's innocent of flagging, but there are 4 problems with this. Is this really unsleeved media? We can only see the PFP, the profile picture, to show this. He needs to show its email attached to the account. Why wouldn't he show the email? By clicking on the profile picture. He doesn't show the report email, which we know exists. He said he would take channels down with phone calls, not reports, and there's no way to show he didn't create new accounts to report from. Why does this man act the way he does? I know it's like female, in Jeremy's words, it's female coded to be like, you know, calling this man a narcissist or a gaslighter. But this is straight up gaslighting, guys. This is crazy. Watching a news clip from CNN and it just happened to show a gun. Meanwhile, some videos were being shown on other channels, indie and mainstream. I mean, the Quarterbrand's shown all this stuff and his don't get taken down. Like Salem Media? I don't know, man. I have no idea. You know, Drunk Savage, I maintain a healthy skepticism of Israel and a lot of, let's say, who pulls the strings behind the scenes without spending a lot of time worrying about specifics. So I am neither pro nor anti. I am very much more of a realist. So I know I get where you're coming from. 100% get it. I don't know. Getting cucked changed him. No shit, dude. That's just crazy. All right, so let me scroll down here. You can create what Jeremy just did right now by setting your profile picture to UM and then screen recording. Why is this 2 weeks late? Why show it now? Yeah, it's crazy. Why would he not go ahead and show it when it happened? Absolutely insane.
How much you care. It is like this tangible thing that you can point.
Oh no, you're okay, Drunk Savage. I'm not trying to chastise you. I'm just saying, you know.
Dollars worth.
Pro tip: when Quarter Pounder opens his mouth, it's a lie. I think Flash is gonna do it on Rumble. Safer there than YT. Jer had ulterior motives to on his YT stream, like he did with Medicare.
Dude, 100%. And actually, I've got that tweet pulled up. We'll get to that in a couple minutes here. But yeah, so thanks to the 10, dude. Holy crap. Oh, let me quickly get through this, and then we'll get into the specifics of that, because yeah, that's a huge part of it. Rumble streamer The Quartering shows his unsleeved media report history in an attempt to show that he did not flag Kino Casino. He has yet to share in detail what exactly the specific emails of YouTube support sent him, specifically thanking him for reporting and emails giving him a specific case number. He also doxed another YouTube creator, Yellow Flash, which is absolutely deplorable and inappropriate. So the discussion of the doxing, here's what happened. This is something that Ethan Van Sciver's done before. Let me see if I've got the proper, here's the right tweet. So Quartering's original tweet down here shared a picture of Yellow Flash from a convention that's gone around before. He's doing a panel. He's got like a COVID mask over his face, but you can see most of Kevin Yellow Flash's face here, right? And so he quote tweeted him and said, exactly, he should be able to totally epically own me, right? Now I have to use the screenshots because I'm pretty sure most of these tweets no longer exist. I think he went on a deleting spurg out and deleted most of his tweets. And so Yellow Flash shared a picture of himself, thinner, healthier, from recently, and said the new pictures are better. Quartering then says, nice job, looking much healthier. Please send the link for the stream. So he has been trying to get on Yellow Flash's stream that he had planned to go over the rest of the super chats like all day long here. He's been trying to get on there for a few hours, ever since like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock kind of hit. The Quartering started tweeting nonstop, right? Yeah, and he showed his face on stream like a week ago. Exactly. That's a name you haven't thought about in a long time. Dude, it's... EVS is... Yeah, interesting guy. Very interesting guy. Let's see here. Even Craig from Side Scroller said he would not let Quartering come on live because he knows he would purposely say something that would flag the channel. That's the thing, DB Wild. You guys remember when Gavin McKinnon? Not Gavin McKinnon. What's his name? The dude that's another one of these like shock jock right-wing media guys. Is it Gavin McInnes? I think I'm screwing the name up. He went on Friday Night Tights with Nerdrotic and on their stream and pulled his wiener out and peed everywhere on the live stream. And they had to take the whole stream down after they went off the air and edit that part out. It's crazy. Like, yeah. So it's like anybody that you don't know and trust implicitly can do whatever they want to fuck with your channel. Yeah, no, EVS and Yellow Flash hate each other. He didn't pee? Well, I assumed it was pee. That makes it even worse if it wasn't pee, man. That's, oh my God. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, oh yeah, on Friday Night Tights, yeah. So, Jeremy Wormy here saying the Quartering's biggest pussy ever, tries to act tough and force himself on stream just to then start begging like a pussy. And you see right here it says, I've got Flash's tweet here. Where was that at? I had these all organized, damn it. All right. His original tweet says, tonight's live stream was to read super chats from the stream on Saturday that was struck down. Now the Quartering has sprung up, wanting on. I would rather have you come on Saturday night for a real stream. I need to get all the tweets you deleted since you can't say they're fake. So you can't say they're fake. And that's the thing. The Quartering spurgs out and then he deletes all the tweets, right? So he wanted to have time to put this all together. So Quartering responded and said, I'm ready. Come on, man. You've been totally destroying me for weeks. This should be an easy slam dunk. Plus, think of all the super chats you'll get. It's free money. Craziest thing about this reads like somebody who's a true cuck. This guy's like, just bring me on. You'll get all this free money. You can embarrass me and make all this fun and make money at my expense. It's like, why would you willingly do this? This doesn't sound like something a sane person or a logical person would be saying, So, someone who watched that stream live, the poor guy must have accumulated a lot of bad karma in his previous life. That stream wouldn't have been demonetized, even if they didn't remove that part. Interesting equals massive hypocrite referring to EVS. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing, guys. I've watched for years now all the different parties fight between EVS, Yellow Flash, JDA, Eric July, kind of staying out of it but being involved in it. Like all these people going around and around and around. The John Mullins or Malin, Cecil, all these different cartoon comic book artists and shit. And I'm like, basically at this point, I don't really care whose side anybody's on that whole mess. The whole thing is just it's a clusterfuck, And then he put his full name in chat after he's given the link, and he complains about doxing when he does it and has for a long time. He's an SJW. Wait, who put his full name in chat? What are we talking about? I didn't see that part. And the stream now, Yellow Flash's stream is now members only, so I can't see it now. So that was the Quartering trying to get on the stream. Yellow Flash again quote tweeted the Quartering, and the tweet's deleted, so we can't see it, saying, "You don't get to set the rules on some last minute stream. You wanted this. Come address your flagging. What the f are we debating?" Because the Yellow Flash was going to have, I think, Bearing and Camelot on there as well. Jared did in Flash's name. Oh my god. There's history you're probably just too unaware of. Susano, I've been made aware of a lot of it, like the stuff with Medicare and everything. It's just, there's so much that it's just too much to dig through all in one night. It's just so much, it's just a lot, Kino Blade here saying, "I've received credible info that the Quartering was given Yellow Flash's docs by Britbong, a failed YouTuber whose claim to fame was spamming discords of large streamers with CP and animal abuse photos to get their servers nuked." And this is exactly what we're talking about. People that might do something to get your channel nuked, right? It's insane. A couple days ago, he was plotting on his Discord to get Casino clips and other streamers removed from Kick. Even worse, he's friends with that other guy, Cog. Oh, Cog. I've heard of Cog, yeah. This is all this guy does all day long. You guys, some of you are going to see a familiar face in a few screenshots here. Dude that went after our channel a couple of streams ago, not too long ago. You were on the stream? What I know isn't chat safe either. Yeah, dude, there's a lot, and it's all bad. It's all disgusting. Quartering continues to spiral, makes demands and flails, trying to control the narrative. In reality, he has no power. He's being destroyed piece by piece every day, and it's driving him insane. All the leverage belongs to his detractors. He's desperate and will comply with our terms. This is PPP talking again from Kino Casino. Get FJR, turn over your documents to the auditor, show the receipts. Yeah, again, the Quartering trying to own everybody. See, this guy here says, you really think you're coming out the other side of this, don't you? You're not. Quartering said, "I know I am. The biggest mistake creators make is thinking the opinions of people who don't even watch their content is the most important thing. This is why most of these tards use 7 different X accounts to try and gaslight people into thinking there's a consensus." Like when you ran from the Kino Casino when they were going to debate you. Quartering says, "Anytime they want me on, I'm ready. This has been my position for months. They hide behind wanting to see my financial reports because they know they'll get embarrassed. Anytime they're ready, I'm here." Yet he doesn't show them the actual financial reports. Isn't that funny? He knows that that's what they want, but he won't actually show them that, right? He's like an edgy high schooler. He's basically a guy that never grew up. When he was supposed to mature, he was too busy, still probably chasing skirts he was never going to get to look under, and, never having kids, and buying all of his toys, and making a million different YouTube channels to seek... This is a man who said that he seeks the validation of strangers online, okay? Said that he doesn't seek it from his wife. He basically would start over, move into a 2-bedroom apartment, and be single, and if he had to marry a woman 10 years younger than him at this point. This is what he actually wants. Those are the things that he said while he was actually, talking to his IRL streams. Peaked in high school. Yeah. Britbong was on Yellow Flash's Rumble stream trying to cause problems. That doesn't surprise me. I'm a bit confused as why someone is spending this much time on X. It's fascinating. It is truly fascinating that for a guy that's not crashing out, that's not crazy, that's not whatever, that he spends this much time spiraling and doom posting on X, right? So... this was in response to this John Quartering guy asking I believe he asked the quartering, did you have this prearranged, or is this just you demanding space and attention without giving Flash time to prepare? If it's the latter, Yellow Flash isn't a 10-year-old girl at a Renaissance fair. You're not just going to be able to barge your way into the conversation. Ooh. Oh my God. Because all that Jeremy would do is in the girls' locker room. Yeah, exactly. Ron kind of peaked there. Let me see here. So Yellow Flash again quote tweeted the quartering here, said, you sprang this on me last minute, probably because of some fireball. However, Bering has everything ready and can jump. Let's do it. Bering said, I'll jump on to the quartering. Quartering, of course, when he said that. First, he said, I'll be appearing on tonight's Yellow Flash show. Make sure you tune in. This is finally the time where I get epically owned. It's time for me to be taken to task by an ultra smart guy. And so why not let it be this show? Now, again, timeline-wise, this doesn't really line up, if I'm understanding the time zones correctly. Jeremy would have been at a baseball game right now. He was doing all this, presumably, I would assume, I have to go back. I'll probably take a look tomorrow and take a look at the time zone difference and when all this shit started. If he was at the game like a normal person 20 to 30 minutes before the game even started, a baseball game's like 2.5 hours long if it's a long game. He was doing all this from the Milwaukee Brewers game. Okay? There's absolutely none of this that was happening where he was actually going to be on this stream. If he was at the game at the time that I believe he was. So this was all bullshit. This was all lies. He never had any intention of actually clicking the link and going on there. See what I mean? Why not do it on Jer's main channel with his 2 million subs? He wants to destroy their YouTube channels with gay ops. I mean, that's what it seems like. That is 1,000% what it seems like, you know? So Bering says, I'll jump on. And he says, nah, we can talk on your channel man to man too. This is Yellow Flash's big chance. Don't rob him of it. Yellow Flash and Quarter Ton are only an hour difference, so he was never going to go on. Fuck, man. This is just, yeah. Nick Monroe says, fighting with a former co-host. This one is how I know Quartering is drunk tonight. Quartering is drunkenly accusing Yellow Flash of running, so he starts to stream directly with Bering, and now we're waiting. So then they got with Cody Dennison, they got him on there, and it's important to remember, Bering is more friendly with the Quartering than not, you know? Quartering here says, I'm here, he ran, nice cope losers, just another coward, Kevin. Quartering number 3 here, that means that he was in the stream from the very beginning. This dude sat waiting in Yellow Flash's stream. You guys know how the whole 1, 2, 3 thing, the rankings work on YouTube now, right? You guys either by memberships or super chatting or just chatting in the stream, it moves your rank around in the chat. That's a new stupid thing YouTube rolled out months ago. The fact of the matter is, he didn't donate, I'm sure. He's not gifting memberships or some shit to Yellow Flash. He was sitting in there long enough that he's sitting at the number 3 spot on the rankings. Just let that sink in for a second. If he's at a baseball game, sitting there in Yellow Flash's chat, waiting to go on there just to try to be like, ha, you're too scared to have me on, knowing that he never had any intention of going on, that is absolutely like crazy behavior.
He's a lying liar that lies.
Lying liar that lies. Dude, that's the quote that Carl Benjamin always likes to quote and say, you know, we know they're lying, they know they're lying, they know that we know they're lying, and yet they continue to lie. So, something to that effect, you know? He keeps dropping Flash's real name the same way that Mercante always referred to Smash and Jeff to try to own him. Yeah. Was the baseball game that bad? Well, it's the Brewers. The Brewers are worse than the Mariners, as far as I know. So. Cut crazy behavior. Yeah. This is just insane, okay? What are you two doing? Bourbon. I gotta go see what my dog's barking at. Bourbon. Leave the cat alone. Stop. Stop. You want to come in here? Why don't you come in here? Stop barking at the cat. All right. Get up here. All right. Get the shock collar out. Oh, don't lick my ear. Don't lick my ear. Yes. Okay. Hi. Hi. He needs a bath and a haircut. Massively. What? Did you poke? I didn't poke you. Exactly full circle. Sargon was known to do that shit as well. Think he's cleaned up his act since Gamergate, though. I mean, I don't know any of these guys personally. Sargon, he talks the right, you know, game or whatever, but like as far as whether or not he personally has changed his ways, I don't know. He's entertaining, you know. Kiss it? I'm not going to kiss it. He smells. He needs a bath. I got to give him a bath. His beard smells. Dogs bark at me, King Richard III. Yeah, he's a bit much. The worst part about this dog is his nails are black. Makes it harder to trim him. The mop has a tongue and eyes. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's a mop for sure. All right, you want out? There you go. Yeah, I think he's just chasing the cat around. They do that this time of night. Cause all sorts of hell. Quartering has ran from Yellow Flash, Andy Worski says. Quartering tweeted this out. This was before Yellow Flash went live. Okay, he says, yet another channel who has made endless videos epically owning me. The Quartering does this. Nobody used the words, I've epically owned you, but he's putting it in quotes for reasons. You know, DEI dog. So it says, yet another channel who's made endless videos epically owning me has backed out of a 1v1 conversation. It's almost like they know they're lying and are afraid to stand by the things they said. I offered two of these moral heroes a chance and they both ran. I'm done. Ha ha. You're not done, Jeremy. You will never be done. He's smelly, he's fat, he's peeing in the basement again. Oh my God. And that's the thing too, is anybody else who says anything to him, he blocks. Like, blocks everybody, right? Everyone gets blocked. Even if you have a legitimate criticism with him. Out of that sentence, they clip it, worst part is black. Oh my God. All right. So Yellow Flash sent him the link. Now, use a small nail grinder on the black nails. The dog hates the nail grinder. I've tried. He does not like the vibration of the nail grinder. It freaks him out. So best I can do is to trim them a little more, like, I have to let them to be a little bit longer, but trim them more often to try to keep them from, getting too long, snagging things. So again, whether or not Yellow Flash didn't bring him on or Quartering didn't actually click the link to go on, he sent him the link. Supposedly, right? And then, of course, the thing you guys have been bringing up, Stuttering Craig says, the thing people don't think about is the amount of trust that is given when you invite someone on your YouTube channel for a live show. Bingo. Anytime that they can say something that can get your channel demonetized, a flag, or just break terms of service that could ultimately ruin your channel, especially when they're a known alcoholic. And then I said, it's sad that we all know exactly who this is about without saying it, right? It's just pathetic. Hotep here saying that's a good point. Why would you allow a guy on your platform when he's trying to get rid of it? He tried this with Metaker. He did this with Kino Casino. God knows who else successfully. Why would you agree on his rules? So the thing with Metaker, apparently it was back in the day he was going to go on there and spam him a bunch of stuff that would get his channel flagged, like super chats with like coded language or things that you can't say or whatever, to try to get his channel flagged, right? The quick then extends to, so when you cut them to the length that they used to be, you risk hitting the quick inside and drawing blood and risking infection. Yeah, dude, I'm just going to start taking my dog to a groomer because honestly, he's just so fussy and his hair grows so fast. It's just nuts. Trying to make a Helldivers movie in Sea Dance? Oh, good luck with that, man. Sea Dance is pretty cool. There's some pretty cool stuff I've seen from Sea Dance. Kino Casino says, holy shit, he's actually drank himself retarded. But again, all of these are all deleted tweets. So other than the screenshotted ones, there's nothing that we can all see anymore. Valiant Renegade saying this guy needs to stop and take a breath. Yesterday, I hate jumping in on YouTube creator drama BS, but dear Lord, Flash was just running a super chat catch-up show for Pete's sake.
Thank you very much.
$95 a month. That's crazy. Hopefully you get your use out of it, because that's expensive. Hey, Super Saiyan Chad, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you, man. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen. Well, it's going to get better. It's going to get more interesting because now apparently, like I told you guys, you were going to see a familiar face, right? Right here, you got this one guy, Dog Zero, saying, Flash ran, ended stream. This was Quartering's last message. What the effing cucking the content? Saying, I'll come on now. Now, again, as far as I know, how was your weekend? How was your weekend, Mr. Bang Your Mom? That's quite a name. No, it's deleted. It's deleted. These are all deleted. You can still see things when you're blocked. This page doesn't exist. Try searching for something else. So these are all just deleted tweets. Although I didn't realize this said this page. Hang on a second. I just looked up the Quarterings page and it was still there. Where was this at? Hang on. I gotta find which clip we had, which tab had the Quartering on it. Hang on a second. He didn't delete his actual Twitter, did he? No, he's still here. He's still here. Why is it saying page doesn't exist anymore? That's really strange. Yes, Pod Awful. Pod Awful indeed. So, let me see here. You got this guy. Where was that at? Yellow Flash ran away scared and cucked the content so he could placate his two daddies, Tard and Lard. I don't know who that's supposed to be. But again, Yellow Flash quote tweeted this and said, Friday night on Rumble confirmed. So apparently they're going to have a Rumble stream on Friday on Yellow Flash's channel to avoid getting flagged. So we'll see. He is deleting everything. He does tweets when drunk, sobers up, then deletes. He does this all the time. Well, I don't think he actually waited to sober up to delete him. I think he just started deleting everything. I hate the fact that I remembered his name instantly from that retarded profile picture. Dude, I just saw the other day when I was going through my my Twitter messages, because Twitter's message system is a complete shit show now, that I actually had a request from his main channel sending me more of those Birdo gifs and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude's problem? I get what his problem is. He lives to try to like provoke other content creators into like fights with him. I think that's his entire shtick. But here's the part that I was talking about that was actually more pertinent, that was more interesting. So this right here, from Luther Morgan, one of these guys who's been covering the Coffee Brand Coffee angle. Yeah, he wants to start shit, exactly. From the Coffee Brand Coffee angle of things, this YouTuber, Misty Mochi, she's got like one video, and basically, I'll save you guys the time. How can he afford to drink if this is going to lead to more bad takes? Because he still has 100,000 boomers who watch his content every day who don't know what a piece of crap he is. And so most people are still deluding themselves if they come across any of this to be like, oh, well, it's because he's recently converted to being a Christian and he's right wing and he's pro-Trump. And so people are attacking him because he's a good guy. And it's like, no, people are attacking him because he's being awful. That's why. So long story short, this YouTuber Misty Mochi, she drove over to the address for his trademark. His trademark is for Coffee Brand Coffee was registered in Arizona. Okay. Just saw a couple cops drive by with their lights off. Something big's about to go down. Oh shit, Oblivion. Be careful, man. He doesn't have that many people watching. He pays YouTube to force people to... Yeah, well, we talked about that. His paid 13-minute ad from the Quartering here. That's insane. I can't imagine what it costs to actually pay somebody to run your video for 13 minutes. That's unhinged, right? It's crazy. I wake up to some BBC show on YouTube we don't know they're actually watching. Yeah, Empress, it's one of those things where it's like, basically, there is the internet side that's looking for a lolcow or just kind of pointing at the dumpster fire and laughing, and then there's the other side that doesn't realize that they're watching somebody that no one else takes seriously. It's kind of like a mixed bag. So, long story short, somehow the Quartering, and I say this as somebody who I've talked to Zach from Meta PCs. I met Zach. I think he's a cool guy. I have one of their computers at work. It runs great. I love Meta PCs. They're awesome. But nothing but cool to me, nothing but nice to me. Very cool company, cool guys, right? I have no issues with the company at all. And I don't even care that they sponsor him. Although, has he been sponsored by Meta PCs recently? I don't watch his content. I think he stopped making Meta PCs videos, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he stopped making videos where he was doing like sponsored ad read for them. Oh no, used PC market is definitely a way to go. And actually, dude, I've built all my own computers. But for work, I didn't want to take the time to build one, so I just bought one from them. And it works great. But the weird thing is, here's the weird thing. And I almost thought about reaching out to Zach and asking him, but I don't want to overstep my bounds. And I'm like, it's not really my business. It's not my place to ask him. The Quartering used Meta PCs in Arizona, the place where I actually went to and met Zach and met some of the guys there. He used their physical address to register his trademark for Coffee Brand Coffee. Strange, weird. And beyond that, his coffee company's LLC was registered in Utah. So it's weird, right? It's a whole lot of like strange shit going on. Now, my suspicion was he's probably got a deal worked out with MetaPCs. Yeah, Ivernum. He's probably got a deal worked out with MetaPCs where they ship his coffee for them. Because if you ever go in there, their facility is huge. It is massive. So you go in, they've got their showroom in the front, they've got their little offices, they've got like an office upstairs they just redid. They've got all this other stuff where it's like they've got, their filming room for their streams where they put the computers together and stuff. And then there's their warehouse. It's huge. Their warehouse where they assemble the PCs and ship them out of is massive. They've got like 12 different workstations of guys putting PCs together. So if he worked out some sort of deal with MetaPCs to use their warehouse for storage, for shipping, I don't know why he registered his trademark for Quarterbrand coffee at their physical address. That to me is really sus, especially since they don't sell his coffee there. It's not like you can go into MetaPCs and buy his coffee. I know that MetaPCs has partnered with somebody that sells like gummy candies or whatever in the past, and you can buy those like through their website, but that's it. They don't sell coffee. But he grinds his own coffee. No. Furthest thing from, man. Furthest thing from. But his trademark, this is what this video from this chick, Misty Mochi's about. His trademark is actually registered at MetaPC's physical address, where apparently Arizona where he ships his coffee out of. So very strange. It's weird. But his LLC is registered in Utah for obvious purposes. It's cheaper to register it there. It's really strange, right? Could get some free sticks of RAM in the bag if I'm lucky. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know that that's what they're doing. And I'm just speculating. Like, it's just weird, right? So, the Quartering decided that after Savvy, Madam Savvy, somebody you really don't want to piss off, tweeted about this yesterday. She's like, I hear a coffee brand is violating the law. I happen to be a big health enthusiast. My passive interest in this dumpster fire now has turned to full attention. And if you guys know Madam Savvy at all, she's a autistic savant where she likes to dig through facts and the cess online and go through all the layers of shit that there is, right? He recently put out a disclaimer. Yes, you're jumping ahead of me, Smeg. Come on, man. I'm getting there. Chill, man. We're getting there. I remember him crashing out at Tim Pool when he apparently ghosted him after helping Tim set up his coffee thing. Could it be he dipped out on Quartering because of the advice he gives? Okay, so here's the thing. The Quartering did this. It's okay, Smeg. I get it. The Quartering did this with Tim Pool, and he did this. So Black Rifle Coffee. Their coffee is fine. Black Rifle Coffee's coffee is like the Quartering's. It tastes fine. Oh yeah, I got the info. We'll jump into that in a second. The thing about his coffee, like Black Rifle Coffee, you can grind your own beans from Starbucks, and it just tastes better. Or not Starbucks, fuck Starbucks, from Costco. Go buy whatever coffee beans you went to from Costco. Even they sell Starbucks, but I buy the Colombian roast, and it tastes better than anything you can buy from these other companies, right? Oh yeah, no worries, McKinney. Hey, I responded to your message. I was like, oh, I should check my message requests on Twitter, and I saw one from you from like 2 months ago. I hate the new Twitter layout for like messaging and shit. So the thing about it is he went after Black Rifle Coffee a couple years ago, right at the same time as when he started his own. Then, of course, Timcast had their own coffee that they were doing. He was sending all these super chats during the Eliza Blue thing, trying to plug his coffee. There was a lot of weird shit that went on between him and Tim around that same time. So that was a whole thing. So the Quartering quote tweeted her saying, oh my God, it's over for me. A bunch of terminally online retards don't understand the difference between coffee beans and normal FDA regulations. Coffee is exempt from the disclosures that they're pretending I need to make. That said, I'm going to add them just for fun. Google kids. All right. So we're not even going to get into what he said yet because he's full of shit. Let's just go to her response here. She says, oh, sweetie pie, you do not want to block/unblock with me. The Quartering, you decided to come looking at my feed after I applied to Flash. Sir, per the FDA requirements, all flavored products must include nutritional data. There's exceptions, and we'll get to that in a second. There are exceptions to that. Not with coffee, though. Your flavored coffee is not naturally flavored because the beans taste like it. You flavor it or buy it from someone who does. Do you have the requirements on that? No. Why? You are so lucky you do not have a fan like me who has weird dietary issues and allergies, and no one so far has come out and said that they had issues because of it. This is no longer haha internet funny shit. You are selling a product to people who trust you. Why are you against basic consumer transparency and protection? I am not the one who initially saw this. This was Luther Morgan, the YouTuber. Says, oh yeah, he made loads of videos. But guys, okay, I talked about this before. Let's segue real quick here. Look up on the YouTube channel for The Quartering, Jack Murphy and Will Smith. Look up videos on both those guys, how many he's got. Between the two of them, it's probably over 100. All calling them cucks. I'm just saying, glass houses. Says, I'm merely doing a follow-up because my interest suddenly rose. No one gives a shit if you want to ruin your life, Jer, but wanting to ruin others' lives to sell some shit secondhand coffee you have to lie about, just do the bare minimum. And again, you can see the coffee right here. No ingredients. Again, I've been working in the food industry for a long time now, guys. I know all about the FDA, the WSDA, the health department, what certain things need to be qualified under and everything else, you know? It's just the reality that there are things missing here that he has to have.
Sorry, mate. Take my peasant dollaritos for your troubles. And yeah, you don't want to mess with Savvy.
Oh, for real, dude.
One
She's
of the
insane.
internet's oddest sleuths.
Yeah, no, dude, thanks for the 5, man. You don't have to apologize. I know that this has been a lot of stuff that's happened today, so people probably are like jumping the gun and antsy to talk about it, and we'll get to it. Don't worry, man. No worries. He named his flavor after your dog. That's sick. Yeah. So you can see right here how the FDA regulates coffee. They treat it as a food product, means it must follow FDA labeling requirements and laws, especially when sold in packaging. Not every product needs the same label. Depends on what's in the bag. Does it need a nutrition facts panel? Does not require it for plain roasted coffee. This is a no-brainer. I say no-brainer as somebody that's like, you know, I've been doing this my entire life. So I can look at it and say it's coffee beans. You don't have to put a nutrition label on it. Just a basic one line that says ingredients, coffee beans. That's it. That's all you need on it. Just one line. That being said, if you add anything to the coffee, the rules change. You must include nutrition facts panel if your coffee has flavorings, you know, vanilla, hazelnut, pumpkin spice, etc., added sweeteners or creamers, herbal blends or supplements, any other additive that changes the nutritional value. That's again, as somebody who's been doing this his whole life, like Jeremy can't even tell you where his beans are processed, where they're grown, where they're roasted, all this stuff. I have the name of my WSDA agent in my email, the woman that came out to inspect our facility on our regular inspection a year ago, that I could email to get all the information I could ever need about requirements and labeling and all that sorts of stuff. Like, we don't exist in the same world, Jeremy and I. I actually do this for a living, and he's just LARPing as a coffee bean salesman, okay? He has no fucking clue what he's talking about, right? She says, please point out where on the webpage where the FDA required information is. I can't seem to find it. You take payment easy, you take reviews easy, but where is the FDA required nutritional breakdown of the flavoring added to your coffee? Weird how the Quartering admits that he does not consider basic FDA requirements and did not go above and beyond from day one. Apparently being concerned about what goes into a product flavored with unnatural flavorings makes us internet psychos. Not everyone's a bottom feeder, Jeremy. Many care what they put into their bodies, right? And that's this next tweet. I think that's the next one we've got here. I'll just read it from right here, right? Quartering part of this tweet. Hey, all CBC customers. Apparently on the new bags, people would like a disclosure specifically on flavoring, not our actual customers. Just once again, terminally online psychos. Either way, no problem at all. We'll add it on all future batches. Always happy to go above and beyond for you. Here's the problem with that. As somebody who prints his own labels, designs his own labels, adds all the ingredients and nutritional information to my own labels on my own products, he doesn't have a batch when it comes to his bags. He has bags that, if they aren't full of beans, have already been printed, that are sitting around, waiting to be filled. So unless he throws all of those bags away, that is all money down the drain that he's going to have to reprint all of his bags. Like, think about that, guys. Think about how insane that is. His bag looks like it's made by AI. It might be. If it's a natural product with zero additives, then obviously you don't have to provide a molecular composition of the beans. It just has coffee beans. Right, exactly. People as in the FDA. Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. I'm not even a fan of the FDA. I'm not a fan of three-letter agencies. I'm not a fan of the government. But I can at least rationalize in my head that in the current way the world works, in the current government we have, if you're going to be a food business of any type, whether it's serving prepared food to customers, or commercial, what I do, which is more, again, you can have health department monitor you. I don't have to deal with the health department. I deal with the Washington State Department of Agriculture based on what I do. If I was cooking and serving food, I'd have to deal with the health department instead. FDA, WSDA, way cooler than the health department. Way easier. They care about the fundamental stuff, the things that matter. Whereas the health department just wants to find something you screwed up on to nickel and dime you to death. The health department sucks ass, okay? That being said, this is one of those things where it's like, it's not just terminally online weirdos. This is a real requirement that they have. Him watching Jack Murphy's vids of getting pegged drove him insane. Yeah, 8,000 bags later on the next print. Exactly. So, customer or not, we are happy to be 100% transparent. We have this information on our website, but on the new bag designs, it was an oversight. So thanks for letting us know. Again, she says, why did you quote tweet me behind a block? Afraid of a little anemic gremlin. Afraid you picked the wrong little shit to acknowledge. Come on, you came to the big kids table. Come on. Savvy's insane, man. She's awesome. While I've got you, do you want to explain why you lied to Josh about some 5-year deal in the platform? Oh, talking about the Rumble deal. Yeah, exactly. Your Amazon listings do not provide nutritional labels as required by FDA, violating Amazon's rules. This also means you lied when providing information to Amazon because Amazon requires FDA compliance, which you confessed to not doing previously. Why did you lie to Amazon? Excuse me. Use artificial flavors. What is in them? Where do they come from? Why did you not provide the bare minimum in compliance? So, what is in them is actually not the correct question. And I don't blame Savvy for not knowing this, as she's not in the food industry. All you have to list is natural or artificial flavors. So, for example, my tea has some natural and some artificial flavors in it. And I don't have to give you the molecular ingredients, what's in the flavoring itself, but you have to list that there is either a natural or artificial flavor and what flavor it is, and leave it to people to know whether or not they have allergy issues related to flavorings, right? So in that respect, you don't have to be like, oh, my blueberry flavored coffee has a blueberry flavoring that has a molecular structure of blah, blah, blah. No. You just have to list on the bag coffee beans with a artificial or natural blueberry flavoring. That's it. It's that simple. But he didn't even do the most basic damn thing he possibly could. Didn't even do the most minimum, like, required information possible on the bag. And again, if it's a flavoring that contains no sugar, theoretically speaking, I could see an argument where he wouldn't have to put nutritional facts on the bag either, because if it's not actually altering the nutritional, guideline, the actual, like, table of the nutritional facts for the beans, then it shouldn't necessarily be a nutritional issue. But as far as, like, the actual ingredients go, he has to list those. Those have to be a thing. She's the embodiment of Kiwi Farms, and I mean that as a positive. You don't want to have her name in your mouth for good reason. Exactly, for real. Taking a shortcut like he's scamming people, no way. Yeah. Celebrate our blueberry, naturally and artificially flavored coffee and delight in our blueberry cobbler. And see, he's got it in the description. The problem is, it's not on the bag. So the listing has it, which is good. It's good that it's on the listing, but it doesn't have it listed on the bag. So if you give it as a gift to somebody who didn't purchase it themselves, they're not going to know. So again, that goes back to your basic FDA requirements for flavorings being listed on the bag itself. It's common sense. So she then quote tweeted herself, said, please, Quartering, do not delete your confession to not labeling your flavored coffee products, which is required by FDA regulation, meaning that you also lied to Amazon because you're not FDA compliant. I submitted your confession along with a full non-anonymous report to the FDA. Holy shit. Deleting this tweet would look bad on my part to the FDA, so please leave it. Please consider answering why you didn't do it prior. Please also answer why you lied to Josh in the DMs about a 5-year contract with Rumble. The owner said no such contract with anyone exists. Is it your position the owner of Rumble is mistaken about his own company's contracts? You wanted to speak to me from behind a block. Please be sure to speak clearly now. Wow. I mean, that's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. She's also a business person. I don't know. I imagine she'll find worse issues relating to licensing and registrations. I mean, that's the thing. She is insane. Your Bluetooth driver's acting up. Well, I'm glad it's not me, man. I'm glad it's not me. She is insane when it comes to digging up information related to, again, all sorts of business filings. So yes, that is her forte. This guy said my bag doesn't have any ingredients. Bowls, dark spit roasted. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this guy here says, are the regulations for coffee different for prepared coffee and coffee grounds? I cannot seem to find any packaged ground or whole coffee with the nutrition facts on the bag, only bottled beverages with flavors. It's not required to be listed like other products, but it does have to list ingredients and allergen information like I'm sure you did see. Yes, I did. I saw ingredients and allergens are not nutrition facts. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think that people are too hung up on the nutritional information. Okay, for example, in my real life work, we deal with a lot of spices. Occasionally, we'll make like spice blends and stuff. There does not have to be nutrition facts on spice blends that are being consumed in small amounts like tea. Again, tea is not needing a nutrition fact because it's being done in such a small batch in such small portions. It doesn't have a significant nutritional value to be considered by the FDA to need a label. However, you still have to add your ingredients on there because those are the things that actually affect the person-to-person basis, whether or not they have like any sort of allergy or whatever. She's in fact on the spectrum, so she's going to spend a lot of time learning what she needs to go after Jeremy. I mean, if she doesn't know anything before this week, there's a lot to catch up on. There's so much. Nick Monroe saying drunk Jeremy Quartering doesn't understand that by making these kinds of statements in order to placate the trolls, he's creating an actual concern for his buyers, saying, I didn't have to add disclosures, but now I'll do it because some online people told me to. Yeah, it's basically him admitting he didn't follow the law. I love when people incriminate themselves. Luther Morgan saying, Quartering and Quarterbrand coffee, you need to put the name and address of the manufacturing facility and, if applicable, allergen warning, any caffeine additives, flavorings, and nutritional facts. It's the law. Imagine being a food producer and thinking food laws shouldn't apply to you. Okay. He says it's on his website, but I sure as shit couldn't find it. Yeah, we'll see if he actually will be transparent. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Hotep saying, so oopsie, it's just an oversight. Yeah. God forbid anyone wants to actually know what's floating around in their drink. Stupid fucking morons, just chug. Okay, so Avernum, here's the thing. On that note, if this is purely a white label product, let's assume. Actually, let me pull up my tweet. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to skip to my tweet here. Because this is not the one that got me blocked. I've been blocked from the Quartering for like a month now. I put this one out there. And I said, hey, Jeremy, a.k.a. Quartering, a.k.a. Ham Planet. You have me blocked because you're a little bitch, despite weighing 3 times what I do. But since I know you scour the internet for any mention of you, I'm going to throw this out here. I have worked in an actual family business my entire life. Multiple businesses, in fact, mostly food service and commercial food manufacturing related. While state and county health and food safety regulations may vary, and they do massively, they all have to follow a basic set of rules and guidelines established by the FDA, the health department, etc. The majority of your products, with the exception of some of the hot cocoa, are in violation of food safety regulations. This is not a laughing matter. My business carries $1 million in liability insurance in the unfortunate circumstance where someone gets ill from my products and I get sued. Labeling people like Savvy as terminally online psychos for pointing out a massive fuck-up on your part is not only unprofessional, but incredibly ironic, coming from the man who seeks validation from anonymous people online. You can project your own insecurities onto the rest of the world all you want. It doesn't make your oversight any less egregious. Either you are paying some dude in a warehouse somewhere to roast your beans with zero knowledge about how your local Department of Agriculture actually works, which is terrifying, or more likely, whoever you bought your beans from didn't provide you with the ingredients for your packaging, which I think is the much more likely. No, this is not why he blocked me. He blocked me for a different essay that I gave him a month ago. I think it's more likely that they didn't provide him the ingredients for his packaging, and he just didn't think to ask for it. Either way, just saying oopsie when you've been selling a food product for over 2 years with no ingredient or manufacturer info is absolute dumb fuckery. Your issues with PPP and Andy Worski do not negate your own stupidity in how you've tried to dodge accountability here. Maybe you should try pulling your head out of the liquor bottle if you actually plan on running a food business. This ain't it. And that was just my general take on the entire thing. This is not why he blocked me. He blocked me for pointing out that he was lying through his teeth when all the cuck stuff kind of first started, and Kino Casino got their channel flagged after he said he was going to take them down and all sorts of stuff. That was when I got blocked. Anissa, what's his face? iDubbbz's wife who wears the pants. It took the quartering roughly 25 minutes to chat GPT research that his coffee is in violation of FDA regulations. It was an oversight is the theme of this guy's whole online presence. Rantman saying you're going to jail for fraud. He wouldn't go to jail, but he would definitely face fines from the government for sure. Joker saying this was back in November. Why lie about where your coffee comes from? Weird energy. A guy saying drop-shipped coffee made by Mill Creek Coffee Roasters. I've been a fan of the quartering for years, and I wanted to show my support. He said that he owns a coffee roasting facility and employs a head roaster. This is a lie. The facility he showed in his YouTube video is just Mill Creek Coffee, based out of Salt Lake City in Utah, which again goes back to him registering the LLC in Utah, right? Whole thing's above my head. I eat bacon-wrapped hot dogs from illegal immigrant street vendors. Here's the thing, David. You have absolutely every right in the world to do that. The thing is, if you ever get sick from that and you want to sue somebody, you can't, right? So you're just basically fucked if you get sick and die from that. That's on you, and you can accept that responsibility. Look, if we could live in a world where the FDA didn't exist, I'd be all happy about it, because the good companies that did things right would stay in business, and the ones that kill their clients would go out of business. I mean, it's that simple, right? The FDA exists because of government bureaucracy and everything else, and they want to make sure that they can nickel and dime everyone to death. And at the end of the day, their job is to protect people. But again, what's to stop my FDA? So I have the local Washington State Department of Agriculture representative that comes to my facility once every couple of years, does an inspection. We refile for our paperwork every year, do our licensing and all the other stuff. And we know that we're doing things the right way. But that doesn't mean that everybody who's licensed is going to do things that aren't, that are not unsanitary or toxic or get somebody sick and, killed with their product. Anybody could do anything. You could have some insane insane employee decide to put rat poisoning in all the products that they're putting out and kill 100 people. And just because that facility was licensed by the FDA doesn't mean that you're safe with whatever you eat. We all know that. The health department doesn't protect you from eating out in public and not getting sick and, all that kind of stuff. However, the reason it exists is because it has this basic set of guidelines you have to follow. It's just common sense, and I hate it, but it is what it is. We have to cater to the lowest common denominator, so to speak, more or less, right? So he says the facility he showed was Mill Creek Coffee, based in Utah. He just made the staff wear quartering shirts. Coffee was okay, but it's because it's drop shipped, it costs a fortune because of extra taxes and his profit margins. Shame on you, Jeremy Hambley. So again, this was another situation where he tried to claim that if it was drop shipped, he'd make less money, which is absolutely... No, if it was drop shipped, he'd make more money is what he claimed, which is completely inverse of reality. If you make a product yourself and sell it, you make more profit. It just takes more time. If you drop ship something, you make less money. His claim was if he drop shipped it, he'd make more, which is completely retarded. So Andy Worski said that the quartering was removing his coffee products because he's not following FDA rules. Now, I have not checked on Amazon, but to my knowledge, all of his coffee is still on his website. Okay. Right, Smeg, that was his claim. Now, let me tell you something. I know that this is going to shatter a lot of people's delusions in life. If you ever go to a farmer's market, a street vendor, any type of thing where they have a product they're selling you and they tell you that they make it themselves and they handcraft X, Y, and Z, there's a fairly good chance that they don't. There's a fairly good chance that they don't. In fact, most of our competitors for what we sell, my actual business that we have, 90% of the people that sell similar stuff don't do a damn bit of it themselves. It comes to them already packaged. They put a label on it and sell it, and they tell all their customers they do it themselves. Honestly, that's just kind of the way the world works. So unless you should always assume that most of these people that sell things to you are lying to you. It's just reality. And they don't have to tell you the truth. As long as they have the nutritional facts and the ingredients on there and they're liable for, anybody that gets sick and sues them, they can tell you whatever they want to. But yeah, he claimed that they were actually roasting the beans, that he employed a master roaster. He was specifically saying that he was like curating the blends and, the roasting temperature and all this shit. Like he was in complete control of like how the batches turned out. It's like, dude, you're a fat alcoholic in Wisconsin. No. So he said the quartering has added a disclaimer to his coffee page on Amazon. He admits to breaking FDA regulations on the page. Brilliant move, Jeremy. Master Roaster is what Savvy should be called after those posts. No shit, man. Disclaimer. This is on Amazon, apparently. While we work to ensure that product information is correct, on occasion manufacturers... Let's restart. This first line needs to sink in, guys. While we work to ensure that product information is correct, on occasion, manufacturers may alter their ingredients lists. Think about that. Actual product packaging and materials may contain more and or different information than that shown on our website. We recommend that you do not solely rely on the information presented and that you always read labels, warnings, and directions before using or consuming a product. For additional information about a product, please contact them. Who's the manufacturer, Jeremy? Contact the manufacturer. Who's the manufacturer? Content on this site is for reference purposes and is not intended to substitute for advice given by a physician, pharmacist, or other licensed healthcare professional. You should not use this information as self-diagnosis, blah, 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 blah. All that usual bullshit, right? The standard Amazon listing verbiage. Now, I don't know if this is technically a new thing they've added on there for a disclaimer or if this has always been there. But he's basically saying, we don't manufacture our own stuff. Because this could be completely different than what we actually are advertising it as. We might say this coffee has X, Y, or Z in it, but because we don't make it, we don't actually know what's in it. Yeah, if it's not doesn't match what I bought, then it's a lie. Exactly. It's a complete bullshit. And honestly, as selling a food product, I don't think that that's even a valid disclaimer. I don't think that's a valid disclaimer at all. I don't think that you can actually say that. I'm going to sell a food product, but I'm going to alleviate myself of any responsibility or culpability by saying, well, disclaimer, it might be different than what I'm saying. No, you can't do that. Not if you're selling a food product. You can't do that. So if you go to Coffee Brand Coffee right now, I was looking at this because I was like, I'm very curious about this. You go to, for example, let's do the Sumatra Asman Oriento Gallo, whatever the frick that is. I mean, it doesn't even have... Is there even a back label? Somewhere on there, it does have to say coffee beans, ingredients, coffee beans. It doesn't even say that. But what I did notice before is if you shop his cocoa actually has ingredients. Now, my suspicion on this, if you look at this, it's got nutrition facts right here. It's got the ingredients right here. Rich cocoa with caramel notes and a bit of salt. Ingredients down here. This is because this is standard when you're buying a product that's already made. And I've seen this before, guys. I've been around a long time. When you're buying a product that's already made and you have this kind of little snippet here, this is what you get as a person who's buying wholesale from somebody else who manufactured the product. They'll have this available in the nutrition spec sheets where you can then just save that and copy it into your own website or just upload the entire image if you want to. This is just a copied and pasted or saved and downloaded and uploaded image, okay, from whoever he bought this from. I'm going to sell cakes. Inside is a mystery. 25 bucks who wants to buy. Exactly. New pink sauce lady at this point. Oh, my God. We'll buy if it contains lay bugs. Oh, my God. Lying liar that lies, the quarter pounder story. So it's weird to me, though, unless he's buying the hot cocoa from somebody entirely different than where he's getting the coffee beans from, because he's got all this information. He's got all the nutritional facts. And guys, a nutritional analysis is actually really expensive. A lot of the reasons why people don't do nutritional analysis on their products if they don't have to is because getting the actual nutritional analysis done for each and every product you do is expensive. It can get very costly because you have to send it off to some laboratory to have them do an analysis and do all that shit for you. And it's crazy. It's expensive. You know, it is what it is. It's not cheap. He wouldn't have done that if the coffee isn't being done by someone else. Yeah, exactly. So, the thing about it is, I was curious if he was actually pulling his items off the website, and he's not. He's got a lot of these that he doesn't have currently in stock. But if you go to like the flavored coffees here, the flavored ones are still available to purchase. Butterscotch toffee coffee. You can see right here, no ingredients, no nothing. Just says butterscotch toffee coffee. So is there actual butterscotch in there? Is it candy? Is it sugar? What's in there to make it taste like butterscotch? You know? Yeah. And this one doesn't even have the disclaimer on it. He doesn't have the disclaimer on his website. It's just you're selling a product that doesn't even have the ingredient. Like hell. Let me give you guys a prime example here, okay? Here's a prime example. Okay? Look at the way I have my tea listed on here. All right? This is not a shameless plug. This is just me. This is what I do. And so this is my website where I'm doing my tea on my website on my own, apart from my real life business. So for my apple cinnamon loose leaf tea, this isn't even necessary, but I put on here because it's on the labels. A blend of black Hunan tea, apple, and cinnamon in a 4-ounce package, caffeinated, contains natural and artificial flavors. That's more information on just my website than he has on his actual packaged product. Okay? Think about that. And this is coming from somebody who I have a WSDA licensed facility that I do all this in. So I have all the information I could possibly need to back this shit up. You know, I've been working with them for like 25 years. Okay? Since I was a teenager, we were working with WSDA. They know us really well. It's crazy, you know. How I told you about, dude, butt plug, brand plug. I know. Yes, you've told me about your shameless plugs. I know. Trust me. I've heard all about your shameless plugs. So yeah, no, it's fascinating. This I was planning tonight on watching Laura Fryer's Xbox video on talking about freaking Bloodborne. Not Bloodborne. Dawn Walker. The 13 minutes of gameplay footage that we got. Am I going to plug his plug? He can plug his own plug himself. Okay? He can plug and unplug himself on his own time. I'm not plugging him. God. No more plugging conversation at all, guys. No more plugging. All right. Let's go ahead and get off the topic of the quartering and plugging and pegging and all that sorts of stuff. He should do that on Twitch, exactly. Let's go ahead and cover really quickly Hasan getting completely destroyed by Shoe on Head and then melting down about it, spurging out about it. Now, if you recall, you fell asleep and woke up to plugging. Yeah. Plug my plug. Don't be so damn tight about it. Holy shit, man. No more. You're cut off. You are cut off. If you guys recall, Hasan famously called all the guys that were talking about how awesome that Pragmata game was, who thought it'd be really cool if it inspired people to get married and have kids, because all these guys are daydreaming about actually having families, doing things that aren't conventionally, popular these days anymore. And Hasan called them all a bunch of like fucking incel losers who, why would you even care about that? None of you guys are going to have sex with a woman. None of you guys are going to have kids. Why don't you care more about Dr. Pepper,
I declare
plugged up, exactly.
bankruptcy!
Get off the quartering? Tell that to his bull.
Oh my god, dude. Get off. I'm not talking to his bull. Absolutely not. But thank you for the 2, man. What's trending in Seattle? Cole Young? Why is Cole Young trending in Seattle? What did Cole Young do? Would fetch a higher price if Hambly used the plugs first. Oh, God. I don't want to think about that, guys. Come on. Cole Young, isn't he with the Mariners? What did he do? Oh, he got a hit to spark the Mariners' 9th inning rally. That's cool. I'm swearing off the Mariners. I'm kind of like Joe from Seattle. I can't take it anymore, guys. I'm just going to not watch the Mariners and hopefully they win. Yeah, why would you want to have a family when there's a genocide in Gaza? Exactly. So, Shoe on Head put out a whole video talking about Pragmata, and I don't know if the entire video was about Hasan, but I know that this part of it was. So, Mambus said it doesn't make sense to have aspirations. I guess you shouldn't go to school or work hard. Exactly. Here was her response to the entire thing. We'll go ahead and play this.
And settle down and have a family. Maybe have a house, 2 dogs. You sick f***. We've reached radioactive levels of incel propaganda. What the f*** does incel mean anymore? I feel like I ask this in every single video. This tweet got thousands of likes. I feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from? Like, they want men to be open about their emotions, and then men are open about their emotions, and then they're just called Nazis or incels or both.
This is one of those things, too, that I've noticed for a long time. Women are supposed to be able to embrace their sexuality. They can be promiscuous, they can be whores, they can be sex workers or whatever. But men are also evil, misogynistic bigots if they sexualize women. So it's like, who are supposed to be the customers and the clientele of the sex workers and the whores who are empowered by their sexual nature if men can't act on their sexual urges? You know, it's the crazy, like, it's the same kind of hypocrisy. It's the weirdest thing. So you want men to be sensitive and open, but you're going to call them a bunch of, like, sissies or losers when they're actually emotionally vulnerable. The hypocrisy is insane, dude.
Usually both. It's usually a package deal. And this tweet came from a man to make things worse. A grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel. Cockroach behavior.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You place Hugh as soldier,
Kamala voter.
stranded on a ruined lunar research station whose job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest.
I want to know also why a guy who is probably more leaning, I would say, male feminist, because that's kind of Hasan's whole bag, right, is all of his leftist tendencies. So you'd assume he's a male feminist of some sort. Why is his, like, pinnacle of existence who's going to get to bag a woman? Like, why are you judging a man's value on whether or not he can have sex with a woman? Explain that to me, you know? Will someone put this terrorist reporter in jail already? I mean, dude... Probably not.
Rest of your life, right? This is something that I never
You're old enough
understand.
to count, exactly.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out the
Exactly. Like his entire existence is I can have sex and you can't. Let me tell you something, buddy. There are a lot of people out there that will have sex with anything, whatever. Like they'll get desperate enough and they'll just do it. Men, women. It's crazy, man.
Hey man,
yo, McKinney with the 20 bomb.
Many dollars worth.
This is nuclear levels of projection coming from a guy whose girlfriend has openly admitted that she doesn't want kids. She wants to spend the rest of her life playing video games and look as cute as long as she possibly can.
Dude, McKinney, 100%. And that thing right there, that's the craziest shit because all of these female streamers, it's not just Valkyrie and Cinna and Pokimane, they're all getting older. And I don't say that as somebody like, I'm almost 40. So it's like, I have no right to be like, oh, you're old, you're eggless, you're barren, you're 25. It's like, no. You can have kids, theoretically speaking, up into your 30s, hell, even 40s. But the longer you go without having children, it's going to be harder to have a healthy, regular, like normal pregnancy later in life, and you're way less likely to find a guy who wants to settle down and have kids the older that he gets. And if you're older and he's older, and he'll try to find somebody younger than you because he wants to find somebody who can be a stay-at-home mom or be fertile and safely carry his children. I mean, there's just a reality to that. So it's like, oh, but thank you for the 20 banger, dude. This Hasan crap has viewers. Yeah, he has viewers, allegedly, you know. So yeah, you're talking about a bunch of women who have prioritized their convenience, their appearance, their simpery that they get from people online, the kind of like what Jeremy said, the validation of anonymous people online. That's what these women all have. And they're the most boring mid-looking women I've ever seen in my life. Pokimane Cinna, Extra Emily looks straight up retarded. I'm like, what is with these chicks? They're the most boring looking chicks on the face of the earth, and yet they got so many simps going out like crazy over them. It's the weirdest thing, man. There's always room for lowering the standards. Exactly. I see this. I see thin guys with Helgas at Walmart all the time. People do lower their standards for sex. Yeah, but not Pokemon, but Shu is a nice, normal looking mid. No, I'm not saying like mid as in ugly. I mean, I don't think that Shu looks like, you know, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I would much rather a girl look like a mid. But the thing is, Shu looks like a natural mid, which to me puts her at like a 7 out of 10, which is totally awesome. Whereas these girls that are mid are like boring and covered in 3 layers of makeup. It's a different kind of mid. Yeah, to most people, a mid is peak. Yeah, when I say mid for like Shu, I'm talking like girl next door kind of mid. I don't mean unattractive. I mean just normal. Normal. You know? Yeah. No, with like when I say mid, when I'm talking about like the top female streamers, it's like you're talking about the most boring looking chicks, and they're just completely like vapid, uninteresting, unimportant, self-obsessed, narcissistic twats that have ever existed. And they're just not, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. What, you want in? Come here. Come here. Come on. I gotta finish up the stream. Come on. Oh, God. Yep. I think he's gotten heavier. Okay, what are you screaming about? What are you screaming about? Dude. Okay, you're not a toddler. Why are you flailing around? This cat is a pain in the ass. At this stage, I think you'd be better off with Madame Palm and her 5 daughters. Oh my god. The owner and founder of OnlyFans has died. Oh no. I'll make sure to shed a tear for him.
A sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hasan. Something weird about a man who could easily, consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like, literally, no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hasan Piker.
I mean, man, I had a 3.7 GPA in college when I was like 16. It's more the understanding like cultural terms when it comes to like the whole mid thing than the actual math side of it. But yeah, most Americans are functionally retarded for sure. Let me see what else here. Okay, what are you doing, Tucker? This cat is a pain in the ass. Scratches to get in, and then he's like acting all twitchy like he wants back out. Oh my god, I'm gonna put the shot collar on the cat. Not married by 30, and that was a problem in my generation? Yeah. Well, different generations have different expectations. She was a pick me because how dare she have a family and go against our Lord and Dog Savior, Hasan Diddy's third piker? Yeah, exactly. Okay, get out. Get out. Get out. If I'm up much later, his sister will come pawing at the door because she hates seeing any door closed. Yeah, they're all pains in the ass because they're all cats, exactly. So, Hasan didn't like this very much, okay? This was Hasan's response here. I apologize to your ears, Smeg. I'm sorry, man, but here was the response from Hasan, okay?
Head video, I will literally shoot myself with a gun if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go out, purchase a shotgun, shoot myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my fucking brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that Shuan Head and her dumb fuck audience operates in so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
You notice how he doesn't actually respond to anything she says? It's just insults. How is this within terms of service for Twitch? Special privilege. This goes back to the initial point, the very beginning of the stream, talking about the e-thoughts on Twitch. There is a certain level of flexibility with the TOS that certain people have on Twitch. That's just reality.
Declare bankruptcy!
I am
Dan loves the
37.
diddler.
Don't
Hell no,
scare
man.
me. I want kids too, pleading.
Well,
face.
Lugia, you can have kids until you're dead, as long as all the equipment works, you know? The problem is finding a woman that wants to have kids. And the older you get, this is just a reality. I mean, my brother has dealt with this. So I've got, 2 brothers that have been married and had kids. And I have kids, and, they're all biologically all of our own, right? One of my brothers, he got remarried because his first marriage, she was insane and was just a piece of crap. And he married a gal that already had a kid. And he's in his 40s now, and she's not going to be having kids ever again. And they're happy together. He doesn't want to leave her. But the reality that he's never going to biologically be able to have his own children because of who he's been with is, I think, unfortunate, and that doesn't mean that you can't function well as a stepdad and you can't love the kid. It's not, I'm not advocating for guys to never marry a woman that might have already had a kid from a previous marriage and the guy died. And I don't know. It's just unfortunately reality. The older you get, the less likely you are to biologically produce your own offspring. It just kind of sucks. Hasan in a suit, gross. For someone who hates Jews, he's starting to look like one. Oh my god. Trustworthy and thrustworthy. Oh my god. Yes, but also mother material. There's that too,
Do you want me to lose
you're talking about Dan
of my
Clansler.
brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument the Shoe-On Head makes? One that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics all the fucking time. Ooh, look at me. As an emo girl, I look like that one meme on the internet. Okay? 4chan guys who are now 38 years old.
So this is the guy with like the $600 like Reddit glasses and the doofy hair. Like, holy shit. The man has no self-awareness whatsoever. Right? Smeg projection, like, holy shit.
Don't want to fap to me. Fuck. Why would you openly admit that you listen to Shoe-On Head in 2026, man? What the fuck is wrong with you? People like Shoe-On Head are basically a humanoid version of a fucking Reddit aggregator. They just spit out shit that they see on subreddits. So why the fuck are you going there? You might as well just go to the subreddit directly and read all the commentary that they turn into video essays. Jesus Christ. What an unbearable fucking way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe-On Head.
Isn't that how you describe Hasan? Exactly. Projection's crazy. If he was in court and he was on the stand, that's what I'd shout out instead of objection. Dude, it's absolutely nuts. And DB, I saw your comment. I didn't want to read it. He's not saying anything. All he's saying is fuck, man. It's like, okay, that's a great rebuttal there, dude. She's appears someone that was on the internet when we were growing up. Yeah. Who is worse, Hasan or Pokimane? Don't make me choose. Please don't make me choose.
Honestly, good luck, dude.
Both,
People should be more embarrassed, okay? What happened to shame? What happened to shame? If you're getting your politics from a person like Shoe-On Head, you should be embarrassed. Go spend some time.
You don't need to crowdfund a shotgun. My shotgun was like less than $200. I got the Turkish talk, like I said, the Tokarev or whatever it's pronounced. No, I've never even fired a damn round through the thing, but yeah, shotguns aren't terribly expensive.
In the real world, try to explain to people that this is the person that's educating you on your worldview. God. It's like saying, oh, I get my politics from fucking Patrick Bet David. Oh my God, the things I want to say to people like this.
Well, you have the opportunity to say it, Hasan, but you don't say it. Oh my God. It's just crazy. All right, so Blabbering Collector, Blabs over there at Side Scroller says, why is every single response from Hasan just an insult? Why can't he actually refute any criticism with coherent sentences? Is it because he knows deep down inside that he indeed is a waterhead? Waterhead, I've never heard that before. Oh, this is great. Hasan Place. Oh my God. That is amazing. Holy shit. Let me see here. Hasan, when he's criticizing, can't just call the person a Zionist. That's too loud. But yeah, pretty much spot on. Side scroller's safe way of saying retard on stream. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah, even Gundam jumped in on this. Oh my God. Here we go.
Any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making 1,000 people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier.
I'm going to skip ahead a second here. Because I don't want to listen to this
again. In one emotional
again.
moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them being in tears. So, what's really interesting about this is
it
all
looked
of
like
these
XQC, didn't it?
Losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting
are the
families
best
and
way
stuff.
to show someone
And
how
I
much
don't
you
understand like why this
It
has
is like this
become a
tangible
thing that they
you
care
can
about.
point to
Hasan
and say,
Piker
hey man, I love
The audio's
you.
really off with that
This
one.
many dollars worth.
Hasan easily. Cuz Pokimane is a fraud, but at least she doesn't openly support Terry's and advocate for violence and unliving people she doesn't like.
Dude, McKinney with the 10, you've been awesome tonight, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying there, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Just because one advocates for violence and the other one basically is just like, I'm not going to even say like a soft core. Like Pokimane is like the most boring you could possibly get. She's not even like, she's not putting feet pics out there, doing the bathwater stuff, OnlyFans, that kind of crap. She's just, it's just a parasocial like relationship. The simpery is really what the problem is. But she does represent a much larger issue in society where men are forming attachments with like either women online or AI or fake relationships and not actually pursuing real, normal, healthy relationships with women. I get what you're saying about Hasan. Clearly Hasan, he should be in the bottom of like a jail cell somewhere, like under the prison, like lock him up, throw away the key forever. But I can't, just because Hasan says things that could be taken like to the extreme when it comes to like violent rhetoric and stuff, that almost feels like I don't want to diminish the negative impact women like Pokimane have had too, because they do the same sheen. Hey, Wagon Burner, the same shit. Just from a different angle. I don't know, man. Hasan is just dumb. He's not even doing sophistry because that would require some intelligence. Yeah. Shouldn't Gundam be in a Gundam? I don't know, man. I don't watch Gundam. I miss Star Wars The Old Republic. How does that game? I mean, I haven't even played that one, dude. Let me see. I believe it was also used by Sargon to describe the Leering Center scammers, but I might be wrong about that one. Oh, the waterheads.
Over and over again that a college education does not equate to intelligence or being able to relate to another human being who isn't already fabulously wealthy or internet famous.
Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually
I don't know why the audio sounds like that in
you
this
should care
video.
about things that you actually enjoy, right?
Yes, because everyone who played Resident Evil survived a zombie outbreak in a town called Raccoon City.
If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like,
nice rhetoric. Let me guess. They also live in their mother's basements and are covered in Cheeto dust. Am I right?
Exactly, yeah. I also suffered automatic judgment because girls like Pokimane, so what they do affects girls in a negative. Yeah, I would say I understand the argument that Hasan's worse because he actually could cause real world violence. But I mean, people are going to be violent assholes regardless of Hasan. And when he stops existing tomorrow, he's still going to, start a bar fight, rob a liquor store, shoot somebody at a gas station. You're still going to have violent assholes that exist that are going to make stupid decisions on their own. So, I mean, they're both a net negative, Why do you care why she cares, Hasan? I can use his logic too. Exactly. Exactly, man.
God forbid the idea of having a wife and a family, which would be a far greater existence than being said lonely gamer. How dare these words be uttered from their unwashed
Right,
lips,
QC jerks?
these
I don't get it.
sullied animals.
On any other day, he would be shitting on capitalism and saying that it robbed these lonely men of the American dream and the possibility of having a family. But I'm projecting. That's something I would say, not him, because he is a fucking ghoul.
For having children, like if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that, that makes sense, right? Like that's precisely what your life is about.
Oh, this is about Asmongold. Why didn't I see that coming?
Precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
I would say his own fans are incels, and if you base it on statistics, I mean, think about it this way. Men vote more right-wing, women vote more left-wing. Men are more inclined to want to have families and be protectors. Women are being indoctrinated in believing that you can be a girl boss and have things later in life too. And as people get older, traditionally people who get married and have kids also tend to be more conservative and vote right-wing. So his entire premise that gamers are a bunch of right-wing incel Nazi chuds that'll never have kids and never get married and never have families or whatever is completely flawed, because if you look at the actual demographics of how people vote, right-wingers tend to have more kids, have families, and vote right-wing. That means that those gamers are at some point going to get married and procreate in some capacity. Unless he thinks that there's a whole new generation of people, because my generation, we grew up with video games too. So the entire concept that being a gamer automatically means that you're not going to get married and have kids, like what the fuck does that even mean? I don't even get it. My life is about sugar water now. Oh my god. Yeah, he thinks German brothels are empowering to women. Yeah. I mean, it's true of me. I don't think actual incels watch him. No true cell would watch it do with a girlfriend. Yeah. This whole shit level ideology has really destroyed at least 2 generations of people in the West. It's really terrible. Yeah, I'm a gamer and have family and kids. Exactly. It's insane.
I used to think I was the most miserable man on the internet, but that title clearly belongs to Hasan Piker. May I ask, where is Hasan's wife and kids? But then again, that would require him to love something other than himself and internet fame.
Take a sip, you sleazy asshole.
Wow, he cooked so hard he had to sit and let it simmer. Oh, wait a minute, he's reading chat for his next great take to echo what they're saying. All right, stupid me.
Also, I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there, you're playing with fire, okay? Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese game you put like a child, it's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom.
There's a lot of dead air, and the worst part is, for me, I feel like I have the most dead air when I'm watching somebody else, and so I'm watching a video so we can talk about it, and I want to react to it, want to say something, but I'm just listening to dead air. I'm like, okay, so I have dead air now because this asshole can't come up with an original thought, right? So then we have double dead air.
You know?
She is stunning and brave.
Stunning and brave indeed. Yes, exactly. So Gundam then's like, I can't believe it. He effing made it about Israel. Oh my god. Talking about, apparently Hasan had a meltdown over Abba and Preach reacting to his pragmata take. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds. But basically, they take issue with some of his language, calling people all gamers and incels and a bunch of losers and stuff. And then he wants to pick and choose and be like, oh, you can't take these guys seriously. They're not understanding what I'm saying. It's just it's dead airception. Wow. Oh, that was deep, man. It's being your own person and making educated decisions, the key, balance, and emotional maturity. Yeah, and yet people pay him. Oh, they don't pay him. You got to remember that on Twitch, you get your free Amazon Prime, Twitch subscription. So those people aren't actually paying anything, right? What about ABBA? Didn't I say ABBA? Hasan already said he doesn't give a damn what black people think. I mean, fair enough. And the funny thing is, I don't watch their content. I've seen a few videos, and they're decent. I like some of their videos. It's whatever. But I think the problem is that these guys are too normal, too moderate for Hasan. Like, they just generally don't really go extreme hardcore one way or the other. And that kind of pisses him off, I'm sure. Oh my God, the memes, guys. The memes are so good. You notice his girlfriend and him don't hang out with each other after the dog shock thing. I think they broke up. I mean, to be fair, Wagon Burner, I wasn't sure how much they actually hung out beforehand. I don't track most streamers online, how often they hang out with their girlfriend or boyfriend. I don't normally know who's connected to who and who's dating who. I only recently in the last few months learned that I think that Valkyrie and Hasan were a boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, most of these female streamers try to keep whoever it is that they're dating on the down low because they don't want, their simp male audience to realize that they're not available. That's another thing that's just like insane to me, is that people are simping for somebody else's wife or girlfriend, The funniest part, though, is talking about Hasan, all these old photos of him when he was younger have come out where he's actually fat. And it's not just fat because, you can be a fat kid. I know people that have fat kids, right? It's the fact that, hang on, where is it at here? It's the fact that he was a fat rich kid, right? It's not just the fact that he was fat. Fat son, yeah. It's the fact that he was this kind of fat rich boy. This person, Moon Rahimi, says, Hasan Piker reminds me of the IRGC elites like Soleimani's grandniece, the one who just got her green card revoked after living her best LA luxury life while her family pushed regime propaganda and kept Iranians broke, miserable, and oppressed. Steal the oil money, preach poverty to the masses, enjoy the West in private, classic hypocrisy. And the common thread, the same ideology, aka Islam, that they all hide behind. It's disgusting to watch. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, with his Gucci bag. Why a man would own a Gucci bag is beyond me. I mean, I carry a bag, guys. I have a bag. I have a little messenger bag. It's my I'm too skinny for a comfortable inside the waistband holster bag. That's why I have mine for. It's not a Gucci, that's for damn sure. Oh, Hasan when he was a dude, bro. Oh my God. Who's the left's clavicular? Hasan. Oh, I forgot about these videos. Gooning Lord Daniel Diddy, Clancy's one true love. Yeah, I think he's Hasan's girlfriend, right? I think he wants you to see it too. I don't want to see it though. A little bit cringe that in his late 30s, there's still boyfriend and girlfriend and nothing more. Dude, that's just the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake because of the fact that he's over here criticizing gamers, calling them incels and uneffable losers and everything else. And yet the reality is, it's like, come on, man. Come on, really? Yeah, so somebody talked about it before, about how he can possibly be allowed on the platform, right? If you go and look at like videos like this, guys like, bro, how do you have 20 minutes worth of footage calling for people to die? Right? And it's true. Obviously, we're not going to go through the 20-minute video, but he's got all these examples. Excited about Trump's shooting. You got here, America deserved 9/11. What's this one? Threat to kill Senator Tom Cotton. Threat to kill Ethan Klein's wife. Call to murder Rick Scott, call to murder Nick Fuentes, death threats to officials, calls to soak the streets in capitalist blood, attacks Bernie for calling for nonviolence, endorses re-education camps, shank these motherfuckers. What was this one? Bash the fash, Israeli embassy staff execution, wants to drive Jews out of society, thinks Drew should die. Which Drew are they talking about?
Died during the Nuremberg trials. To me, there is no difference between Tim Pool and Destiny in that regard.
I don't know which Drew is talking about. Drew should be jailed. Endorsed AI porn against my mom. Wow. Joked about kidnapping Drew's kids. child sexual violence rape joke. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. Holy crap. Guys, I think Hasan must want people to die. It certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah, the Trump shooter was a game developer. A really shitty game developer, apparently. Watch the Driport's Harry Potter skit. What is that? Yes, he wore a maid outfit. It's one of my most funny, hilarious, terrifying images that's been burned into my brain ever. But the fact is he wore it unironically. Drew Pavlo right underneath. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, this dude here. Got it. I think I follow him on Twitter. I'm not sure why. He probably sucks, to be honest. I'm discovering more and more people, the ones with these big accounts, all the conservative influencer types, they all suck, but whatever. Twitch should be sued for Hasan actually because allowing him to do whatever he wants while other streamers lose revenue should open the company to a lawsuit for not applying the rules equally. Yeah, Samuel, he was a game developer and a teacher. So indie game developer on the side. He might have just been a substitute teacher for all I know. I don't know. Didn't know he was Muslim. He doesn't speak like it. Susano, isn't that convenient? A lot of these guys, like Mamdani, is very modern for a Muslim. Same with Hasan. And that's the thing. We were talking about this post here from this chick talking about how he uses it essentially as a ruse, a skin suit to hide behind, but there's no actual like faith that goes with his espoused religion. So to be fair, Asmund also wore cat ears at one point and did a full-on cross-dressing nurse thing with makeup and stockings. Guys, I've dressed in drag for Halloween a couple times. There's one thing to doing it on a Halloween for fun, and there's another thing where it's like, I don't know, it seemed a bit fetishy. Like, it was weird, man. Geek, you didn't know that? I've talked about that before on stream. I've dressed as a woman a couple times for Halloween. One time I did it, so my wife and I had been dating for a few months, and I was still heavily involved in my church, volunteering and stuff. I was helping teach Sunday school, and I show up at the church's Halloween event that they've got a few thousand people there, and I walk up dressed in my hooker boots, fishnets, the bright red wig, whole thing, right? Yeah. Thong is really bunching up. You got to turn it. No, I don't think turning it around would help. Never mind. You didn't know that, Smake? Come on, man. It was the funniest thing too, because the head pastor of the church, and this was a fairly large church, thousands of people that went there. He walked right up to me, put his hand on my shoulder, and he's like, we're going to have a conversation about this. I'm like, yes, I know. Luckily, he forgot about it. We moved on. But, good times, yeah. Mizkif cosplay as nurses with the help of... Oh, my God. I don't want to see that. Dude, Mizkif, holy shit. I don't even want to talk about Mizkif right now, man. No way, All Muslims make up what is convenient and go with that. They even eat pork secretly and pretend God can't. Dude, yeah, there's a lot of weird shit. All right, hey, guys. It's midnight. I'm going to go to bed. Get some sleepy, some shut eye because I need some sleep. And Mizkif and Emery. I want to talk about any of them. Mizkif, can I be honest without saying something that'll get me banned? Mizkif might have the most annoying face I've ever seen on the internet. Mizkif's face, it looks like it should be turned into a punching bag. Because I can't even stress how angry just seeing his stupid face makes me. Guys, I can't look. Look at this. What is it about his face? I don't understand it. Sam Rockwell's monologue on the White Lotus comes to mind. Yes, she threw plushies. It's the eyebrows. No, he looks like a trans man. That's what it is. There's something about his face. And it's in these images over here too. It's the lip to face to eyebrow ratio. Oh my God, this one here. Holy shit, guys. Mr. Potato Head's eyebrows. I don't know. It's like, I know I'm not one to talk, but my God. Like, there's something just really off with this man's face. Now, Now I can't leave you with that because on that note, well, let me find it. Okay, we're gonna dig up some lore in 16 minutes. Okay, no sweat. Let me dig up some lore. Hang on a second here. Here we go. Sam's a great actor. Failed Sam Smith impersonator. Oh my god, that's exactly what he looks like. Holy shit. I gotta unbookmark that. Ew. I gotta get some of these bookmarks out of here. Like, ugh, just gross. Oh, we've got DSP flexing his bicep on a bookmark. I'll save that for a different time. Hang on, guys. I promise this one is actually worth the wait. I promise. I gotta scroll through all my other bookmarks to find it because I don't organize anything when I'm bookmarking shit. I'm talking everything just piles up in here. It's terrible. Come on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, Asmongold on Caleb Hammer's stream. That was interesting. Man apparently didn't know how much money he made. All right, I think we're getting close now. DSP. Jason Troy. Here it is. Here we go. Okay. All right. And there's the other one. All right, so I don't know what compelled these people to have this conversation. Is it the Miz likes it? Yes. Yeah. Okay, Smeg knows. For the man that's never on Twitter, you sure seem to know what's up, my guy. I mean, you really do. I'm not sure what that's about. So, apparently, Ms. Kiff's ex-girlfriend admits to having used a female-to-male simulation device on somebody. Okay?
Never have I ever fucked somebody with a strap on. What is wrong with you? Yeah, so you want to pull the make out with a girl one. Guess what?
They cover all of it for me? Ah, fair enough.
It's not because she pulled with a girl.
All right, so clearly she was intimating that Emiru has used a strap-on on somebody. And then, lo and behold, here we go. Here is Miss Kiff. No worry, QC. I'm going to sleep, man. It's all good. I just had to leave everybody with this.
Hey, listen, I'll tell this story one fucking time, okay? Yes. Emmy used a strap on me. This was in the end. I'm done. I'm not talking about it. The crazy part is Emmy is still fucking me.
So yeah, in case you want to know why he looks the way he looks and everything else, I think that kind of actually explains all of it. Once I saw that clip yesterday, I'm like, oh, wait a second. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Hey, Empress, it says that you're live right now. You're on the G Hammer Empress stream tonight, right? Because it says, yeah, it says you're live. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and send the viewers over there because I am going to go to bed, guys. I am tired. Like, so tired. Awesome. So, guys, we are going to go raid Empress's stream. You guys all behave yourselves. I'm going to get some sleep. You all have been awesome. Appreciate y'all hanging out after me not being able to be here for a few days. Dealing with life and all that. I've got fun new video coming up tomorrow. I'm going to get that figured out. Probably get that filmed during the day because I'm usually busy in the evenings anymore. But yeah, good times. She's live. Is just the intro music playing? Oh, perfect. All right. I only chat on streams, not even on stream either. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. I know it was kind of a weird one. A lot of strange conversations going on. A lot of weird shit. Oh yeah, no worries, Empress. But yeah, I'm out. Go hang out with Empress if you're going to be up. And in the meantime, guys, make sure that you all hit the like button because I know that stuff kind of matters, I guess. I don't know. I don't usually bother to tell people to like and subscribe and all that shit. That just seems like too much work. Yeah, Sprinkler. I'm going to change my Twitter bio to be like 3-time Sprinkler champion or something. I can't even fathom putting that in my bio. Like, oh, I can't. Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would anybody intentionally advertise that? Like, I don't get squeamish. I'm not a prude. I've seen a lot of shit, been around the internet. I grew up on the internet, guys. You know, it's like I've seen it all. But why would you put that in your Twitter bio? It boggles my mind. I don't know. It's got to be for attention. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. You've all been awesome. Thanks for hanging. It all means a lot to me, guys. Especially right now. You know, baseball season's got me busy. So anytime we can get together and hang out and have fun, it's all good. So catch you guys probably on Friday night. Take it easy. What are you missing? Oh my God. Morgue Pie. Morgue Pie. Her Sprinkler bio. 2-time Sprinkler best. Dude, come on. Go look up Morgue Pie's Twitter bio. It's literally in her Twitter handle. You should know all this. You're a fan of her work. Okay. All right. I'm going. Good night.